Bring you coverage of Buhler Crusader football on 95.9 HKFM. Crusader football is streaming online at adastraradio.com and on the Ad Astra radio app. Tonight's kickoff is just 30 minutes away. The Buhler Crusaders play on 95.9 HKFM.
Allen Samuels Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on the giant corner of 30th and Lorraine in Hutchinson, Kansas. We take pride in supporting our community and our student athletes. Hi, I'm the General Manager, Don Glassby. We want to wish our area teams a fun and memorable season. A great person once said, victory is in the quality of competition and not the final score. Visit online AllenSamuelsHutch.com and follow us on Facebook for weekly giveaways and special events. And as Mr. Samuels always says,
come by, let's be friends.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, a pleasant good evening, everybody, on this final Friday night in September. It's homecoming night at Crusader Stadium. Good to be back home after 2 weeks on the road and set to go with what should be a fantastic night, not only for football, but homecoming festivities coming up here at halftime tonight. We anticipate just a great night, great crowd. And hopefully the Crusaders get back on the winning track tonight against the Circle Thunderbirds here in Week 4. Hi, and welcome inside the Midway Motors Drive to the game. Aaron West alongside Chris Schenk and Matt Atherton down along the sidelines tonight. Last week, a tough loss at Great Bend in a weather-delayed game. 43-26, the final. Great Bend wins it, even though Buhler actually outgained the Panthers in total yards, 296 to 269. A career-best 156 yards passing and 2 touchdowns for Brendan Skripczyk. I don't know, a couple of things that stand out, which ended up being more significant in the game. Obviously, the penalties were a huge part of that, and in particular in the second half.
There was multiple times where the penalties, sometimes penalties, not all penalties are created equal, but it seemed like last week a lot of them that happened to Buhler really got us behind the sticks and behind schedule and really ended up being drive killers. And so that's something that hopefully tonight Buhler can eliminate those, because obviously limiting penalties is one of the recipes for success.
Well, so much so, too, when you've got a team that is really run-oriented. You get behind on down and distance, and then the defense knows you're going to throw the football, and it really kind of puts you in a box as far as play calling offensively. Yeah,
no doubt about it. And, with Buhler trailing a good chunk of the contest, it really forced Buhler to have to throw more than we typically like to. But it was good to see Skripczyk, like you said, have career highs in his yardage and getting those touchdown passes. But, the thing about Great Bend, a lot of people have talked to me about that game if they weren't there. I know you guys witnessed it. You don't see Division I talent like the Premier kid, 5 touchdowns. For 5 catches for 5 touchdowns, that doesn't happen every day on the football field. And really, I think Great Bend's going to be one of those teams that's going to go a long ways in 5A. And so you just have to chalk it up as, okay, we learned some things about our squad. The defense played really well against the run. Like you mentioned, we've been doing just such a great job against that. And, got things to work on and get ready now as we get back into league play.
Matt, a couple of thoughts on Ian Premer as we wrap up last week. Obviously an incredible athlete, a very tough matchup one-on-one for our defensive backs. But maybe the most impressive play to me was the pick he had in the end zone on defense, where actually he got beat on the play by Brady Gotti. And I think Brendan Skripczyk, the quarterback, saw that, made a throw to the end zone. And Premer just made an incredible recovery and made a very athletic pick on that ball. It just kind of shows that he's a step above most other guys at his position.
Yeah, we talked about it a lot last week during the broadcast. And Chris, I agree with you. If you weren't there, it's hard to understand just exactly the kind of athlete he is. And it's not one of those things, I don't think, where you look at him and you go, oh, my gosh, that guy's just way more athletic than everyone else. But there are some guys that just are faster with pads on. I don't know exactly what it is. His ability to close, he closes really fast. And I want to go back to a thing, Chris, you said, I do think that that's the type of game that can have a long-range positive effect on your team. If for nothing else, Brendan had to step back into the pocket and just sling it around. And just to get used to doing that, if you didn't do it as a junior, forces forces you to mature really fast. And so I do think that there's probably some really positive downstream consequences because of how that all shook out.
As we look ahead to where Buhler's been the last 3 weeks and now where they're at, to focus on the defense for just a minute. Cruz Hirschberger, by the way, had a fantastic game at Great Bend. 13 tackles, 3 sacks, so much, obviously, rightfully so. Talked about the defensive secondary and the linebackers, but our defensive line, and I just zero in on our defensive ends, who are not typical defensive ends. You've got Cruz Hirschberger at 5'8", 155. Jax Pratt at 6'1", a little bigger at 185, but just a sophomore. Man, our defense, and in particular our defensive front, has just been terrific.
Yeah, I mean, Great Bend's going to be a team. I know they're a high-flying throwing team, but they're going to be somebody that runs for a lot of yards on people, and we did a fantastic job of really making them one-dimensional.
I don't know that the trend continues, Matthew, but negative 25 rushing yards allowed through 3 weeks. Somebody in there along the lines is got to gain some yards, I guess. But over-under, thoughts on where this team could be by the end of the season, that's an incredible number.
Yeah, I don't think it's too much to say that this has the chance to be one of the best defenses ever. And when you say that at Buhler, you're saying something. You're making a real statement, because Buhler is a team, a program that has really relied on its defense to do a lot of the heavy lifting for a long time. That said, they have been unbelievable in the early going, and the way they do it is so different than how everybody else thinks about it. They don't put a bunch of big, road graders up front. It's not like you have to spend a ton of time trying to move them out of the way, because if your offensive line is not quick laterally, they're by you. I mean, they're gone, and they're good tacklers. And I think what makes it work, and we've talked about it a lot, guys, is how good the Buhler linebacking core is too. I almost think that whole front seven operates as one thing together. I don't think you can talk about how good the line is without talking about how good the linebackers are, because as long as the defensive line will play good in the gaps, get after the quarterback, those linebackers will clean it up.
Well, 8-1 all-time against the Circle Thunderbirds in 9 games, won a year ago, and a close one here, 21-13. 8-1, all in the Steve Warner era, going back to 2016. Did have that one loss at Towanda in 2022, 38-35. But in those 8 wins, Buhler has outscored Circle 394-62. That's an average of 41.5 points. Just been a very dominant series by the Crusaders. We'll find out if that continues tonight. We're live from the Midway Motors Drive to the Game, Crusader Stadium. Buhler and Circle coming up on Homecoming tonight. And we're back with more of our pregame right after this. You're listening to Crusader Football on HKFM.
More of the Midway Motors Drive to the Game coming up. Midway Motors in McPherson, Newton, Hutchinson, and Hillsboro. Next, we'll relive this day in Crusader history. The Buhler Crusaders play on 95.9 HKFM.
This is Annette with Annette K-Ep Insurance. Inflation is hitting us hard, so it's a good time to review the cost and coverage of your auto and homeowners insurance. As an independent agent, I represent Goodville Mutual and several other fine companies. Stop by Annette Epp Insurance in Hutchinson at 2500 North Main, Suite E, or call 620-662-4900.
Hi, this is Mamie Coldren with the Buhler Booster Club. The Booster Club supports all student activities and athletics at Buhler High School. Be sure to follow the Crusader Closet and Booster Club on Facebook for events and new Crusader apparel arrivals. We are excited to be able to accept credit card payments at our concession stands this year. Buhler Booster Club is grateful for the continued support from our generous donors.
Hi, it's Aaron West, voice of the Crusaders. At Astro Radio is a proud Buhler Booster Club member.
Erickson Custom Building has a great plan and a budget suited for your needs. Erickson Custom Building provides quality craftsmanship and superior customer service. Call 620-585-2816 or visit EricksonCustomBLDG.com.
A lot has changed in the past 60-plus years, but Dick's Phillips 66 has been there through it all to keep you on the road. Hi, this is Janet Dick, inviting you to stop by our locally owned station on East 4th and Hutch. Every journey begins with a stop at Dick's Phillips 66, 4th and Stevens in Hutch.
Each and every day, Wifco Steel products are trusted to provide access and infrastructure for a wide range of purposes. For more info on what Wifco can do for you, go to wifcosp.com. Wifco Steel Products, the experts in steel fabrication.
When disaster strikes your home or business, call your hometown team. Call Phoenix Restoration, Reno County's only locally owned fire and water restoration company. Check us out at phoenixrestorationandroofing.com. We'll help you rise again after your disaster.
Crusader football on HKFM.
And back here live at Crusader Stadium, our award-winning Crusader Marching Band performing before the game tonight. They have their first competition of the year. They'll march in the Buhler Frolic Parade tomorrow at 10, and then they go to Wichita for the Air Capital Invitational. That's actually performed at Valley Center High School. Buhler takes the field tomorrow evening at 5 o'clock. Well, our This Day in Crusader history will take you back to September the 27th of... a couple of them, actually. I found two kicking records that have stood the test of time. One of them takes you all the way back to 1963. Gary Richardson had an 80-yard punt return. That was a school record at the time. Returned for a touchdown against Fairfield, 12-7. They beat the Falcons that night in 63. And the other one happened in 1996. I'm curious. You should remember this.
Yes, I was a freshman.
Landis Richardson with his 90-yard kickoff return, which set a school record, which has since been broken, by the way. But that was a record then against the Rose Hill Rockets.
Yeah, it was kind of neat with Landis. He, of course, was a stud guard for Buhler in basketball for many years. Hadn't played football for a couple of years, but then came back out his senior year. And it was one of those things when he returned that punt. I remember some of the coaches saying, "Aren't you glad you're back in football?" But fun to see that name there. His brother Tyson was in my class, and yep.
Buhler 9-4 all time on September the 27th, including a win against the Sterling Reserves, 20-0. That happened to open the season in 1935. Our game plan tonight brought to you by Erickson Custom Building for new construction and remodeling. Online at EricksonCustomBLDG.com. I would say for the Crusaders, back to the basics of establishing that running game. It lost a little bit of its luster last week as Ben Klaus was held under 100 yards, but certainly that's going to be box number one to check is get Ben Klaus's 100-yard game.
Yeah, and I really do think with just typically Circle likes to blitz historically, and so this is a team that big runs can happen because if Circle gambles and they gamble wrong, Buhler has a chance for some big plays on the ground.
And then, of course, defensively, you would expect, Matthew, for Circle to have to pass the football down the field. They've had some success doing that this year, although they have a young quarterback and some new receivers. But they've got 6 guys that have caught 3 or more balls, so they spread it around a ton. Got to think they're going to have to throw it at some point. Starts with getting pressure on the quarterback, and then our defensive backs have to be up to the task.
Yeah, they're going to line up in the spread the vast majority of the time. They're going to put receivers all over the field. Buhler has been so good in the early going, getting pressure on quarterbacks. And I think the fact that we have a little less experienced one today probably bodes really well for the Crusaders.
They do have an experienced running back in Weston Rose who's rushed for 350 yards, and he goes against the defense holding opponents to under negative 8 yards a game. So at some point they're going to have to chuck it down the field. And I think it all starts with get some heat on the old QB.
Well, and you talked about it a little bit there, Matt, mentioning their quarterback, Mason Stobart. He's somebody that, just looking at his stat line, only throwing about a 37% completion rate. He only has 1 INT on the season tonight. I'm not trying to jinx this, but I have a feeling Buhler might be able to walk away with 2, possibly 3 tonight because he's probably going to have to throw a lot. And if he's only completing 37% of his passes, his accuracy might be questionable.
Yeah, it's very different than what they were facing last week, right? Bremer is so big. Honestly, all those Great Bend receivers, they're all tall, great big guys. But remember, there were times during the game where Great Bend was running so many deep routes that it just wasn't sustainable for their offense until they would just throw it up high and let the big guy go get it. Minus a big guy to go get it, I sure would think that should be a good night for the Buhler secondary.
Well, another thing, you think about when you come off of a matchup where you play a player of Ian Premer's caliber, that type of Division I player, you're going to look out. You mentioned, Matt, we're going to look out there, and there's not going to be a 6'6" kid that can catch the football on defense or on offense. I mean, it's going to look so much more manageable. It's just like any time you face a really stud player, the next week, no matter how good the next kid is, there's nobody from Circle that's got 18 Division I offers.
Well, so Premer's last touchdown, if you remember, was on the near sideline to us, and Mitchell McDaniel was matched up on a man-to-man. Now, I think Mitchell can guard pretty much everybody, except Mitchell's given up easily 7 inches there. That is just, it's not fair to Mitchell just a little bit. That's not the situation tonight. I think this is a night that Buhler secondary probably gets to eat.
I'll just go ahead and let you know there won't be a 6'6" guy on the field for either team in this game. That's not a thing that will be tonight. Circle off to a 1-2 start, 0-2 in the league. They won at home against Coffeyville to open the year. Back-to-back losses to McPherson and Mulvane, which is 2-7 a year ago, finished 1-5 in the league. Only a couple of years removed from a very good season this season. They beat us at home at 8-3. But you just look at how tough the road has been, where this Circle team has been. You take a 10-year stretch between 2011 and 2020, they won just 8 games in 10 years. That's averaging less than a win a year. And I know Coach Clothier's done a lot to overcome that, but that is very difficult.
Well, and a huge thing you talk about, Coach Clothier, this being already his 8th year, you think before he was there, the revolving door of coaches that, it literally seemed like when you play Circle, it'd be a new guy virtually every year. So just the fact that he's been able to, last and have some consistency, because you guys know every time you have a coaching turnover, that usually sets a program back a little bit. And so just him having some staying power, lasting 8 years at Circle, it's a testament to how he does.
By Annette Insurance. More of our Midway Motors Drive to the Game coming up here on homecoming night. And when we come back, we'll hear the thoughts of head coach Steve Warner. That's next, the Midway Motors Drive to the Game on HKFM.
More of the Midway Motors Drive to the Game coming up. Stay tuned for tonight's kickoff conditions. And Aaron West sits down for a pregame chat with head coach Steve Warner. Buhler Crusader football on 95.9 HKFM.
One of the most important elements of success is knowing when to expand and when to focus on strengthening what you have. At People's Bank and Trust, we've done just that over the years, ensuring that we always have a solid base to provide for our customers and our community. At People's Bank and Trust, we never promise more than we can deliver, and what we deliver is safe, sound, reliable banking that puts you first. Let us put our experience to work for you and your family. People's Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
And welcome back on our Midway Motors Drive to the Game. Homecoming here tonight at Crusader Stadium. Coach, this is one of my favorite nights of the year because a lot of folks, a lot of former players, a lot of kids come back for homecoming. The crowd should be really rocking. The stadium should be full and just a fun atmosphere.
It should be a great atmosphere. It always is on homecoming, and the kids get excited for it. They love the support that we have at home, and the weather's beautiful. It's just going to be a great night.
I don't know about you, but every year we do this, the former players, former kids get older, and that makes me feel older.
Just a little. Yes, I'm with you on that, Aaron. There's no doubt about it. When I see the kids I haven't seen in several years, I definitely feel older.
Yeah, but still a fun time. Still love the game and love the kids. And I know you and I talked about it on Monday, but fully expect your kids to put last week behind them. Come out and be focused and ready to go.
No, they're ready to go. They want to get a win. They want to get back on the right track, and we're going to play hard. We proved that in every game we've had this year. We've played very, very hard. Offensive line getting off the ball, doing things well. Our defense playing outstanding, being relentless, pressuring the quarterbacks, stopping the run. I love the way that we're playing. Even after the loss that we had last week, I still know that we're going to have a good football team, and just put that behind us and let's move forward.
Something else we've talked about, even though the Circle team is 1-2, this is not the Circle team of old that we might beat 60-0. Last 2 or 3 years, a very much improved football team.
Yeah, they are, and they play with a lot of confidence and a lot of swagger. So we need to take it away from them, and we do that by playing great defense and running right at them.
You would expect them to stack the box a little bit against our run out of that 3-3, bring their linebackers up, and obviously that makes it important for your line to do its job, but then you may have to pass some to kind of loosen that up a little bit.
Well, hopefully, we run right at them too, and it's man-to-man blocking. Then there's nobody there behind them. If they've got 7 guys up on the line of scrimmage and we get past 1 or 2, then we're gone. So that could be something that can hurt them and has hurt them in games. Even Coffeyville had some nice long runs against them. So those are things that we want to exploit, getting outside, and you're right with the short passing game because they can't stop all of it.
It's that old adage, you blitz, we score.
Well, you live by it, you die by it. So, yes, we will we'll find a way to be able to take advantage of it.
Yeah, defensive dominant in that front 7. And I feel like, for the most part, your defensive backs have played well, too.
I think they have. Obviously, that's the hardest position to play, that in the line, and it can cost the team. And that kind of happened to us a little bit last week.
You mentioned that swagger that Circle is going to come in. I know that their coaches have been coaching them up all week that, hey, let's go and play. Got to be amped up and focused for that.
Challenge accepted. Yes. I know our kids will be ready to go. I love the team that we have. They care about each other. They have a great bond. And they don't. So I feel we're going to come back and we're going to respond well.
Yeah. The good thing is hopefully, losses hopefully build character, even though they're not fun. But everything that you guys set out here to accomplish is all still right in front of you.
It is, and I know we'll be ready.
Looking forward to it, Coach, and looking forward to getting home at a decent hour.
I am too.
And those one mornings are
it's too long.
It's tough. Well, it should be a great game, fun atmosphere. Looking forward to it. Thanks, Coach. We'll talk to you after the game.
Thank you.
That's our pregame thoughts from head coach Steve Warner, and we're back with more right after the break.
Your home, Buhler Crusaders, is 95.9 HKFM.
Locally owned businesses are crucial to our town's success. Hi, this is Jim Richardson, CEO of Kansas. When you shop locally, you're reinvesting in our community. When you bank local with us, you're helping us help Central Kansas. We love reinvesting right here in our communities. Stop by and see us at our Stafford
Crusader. As we go throughout the, of course, you can get live streaming online at adastraradio.com or download the free Ad Astra Radio app powered by Next Tech Wireless. I really don't know the answer to that question, but I'm intrigued to find out.
Well, I know you were talking about how Winfield is ranked in some of the polls across the state, and Winfield is for real. Time since they started off 3-0, and but the game is in McPherson, which I think that's worth something. But yeah, McPherson kind of reeling, starting off the way that they have, sitting 1 and they're not accustomed to that in McPherson with all the recent success.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. And other scores in our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard. Matt, 78 degrees here at kickoff as we talk about our Connecticut. By the time that sun goes down, it's going to be just about a perfect night for football.
Yeah, it's awesome down here. There's really very little breeze on the field at all. So the kicking game, one way or the other, usually, teams will try to pick which side they're going to play with so that they're going with the wind at the right time. But there's really no wind. I don't know that it matters either way.
Friday night for high school here at
either way.
Friday night for high school here at Crusader Stadium. Buhler in their home black uniforms with the maroon numbers trimmed in white. And the matte helmets, white tops, blue pants, blue helmets for the Road to Wanda Circle Thunderbirds tonight. Let's go down on the field for tonight's coin toss.
You're referee umpire today, okay? You're going to call the toss. Here's heads.
All good.
So you want to kick away from the clock. So toss. Here's heads.
All good.
So you want to kick away from the clock. So okay, go ahead.
All good.
So you want to kick away from the clock. So okay, go ahead.
All right, so Circle won the toss. They've deferred. Buhler will receive the ball. Circle will defend the south end zone.
All right, Buhler will have the football first, and we'll mention to you that just like tonight's teams, I Need the Cleaners can help you look like a winner. I Need a Hutchinson. It's where to take your clothes, Chris, some keys to the game.
All right, number 3, big rushing night. Buhler coming into tonight, rush for over rushing night. Buhler coming into tonight, rush for over 250. Week 1, 306 versus a Augusta took a little step back for 140 against Great Bend. I think tonight could be a night that Buhler could go over the 300-yard mark again. Number 2, winning the turnover battle. So far, Buhler is +1 on the 40 against Great Bend. I think tonight could be a night that Buhler could go over the 300-yard mark again. Number 2, winning the turnover battle. So far, Buhler is +1 on the turnover battle, 4-3. Circle is +3 on the season. We mentioned Stobart has only thrown 1 pick this year, but he's only completing 37% of his passes. I think with the D-line pressure Buhler brings, he's going to throw 2, possibly 3 picks tonight. And then number 1 thing tonight, Circle. Last week versus Mulvane had 5 personal foul penalties. Against McPherson, there was multiple personal fouls. This is a team we know that is going to be talking from the first kick until the final bell, and so Buhler's going to have to stay emotionally disciplined. One of the things Coach Warner talked about this week, kind of that emotional, frustrating back and forth that happened at Augusta, he thinks is going to help prepare the boys mentally for dealing with the Circle team that's going to be John tonight.
All right, our Dix Phillips 66 ones to watch. Every journey begins with a stop at Dix Phillips 60.
Circle team that's going to be John tonight.
All right, our Dix Phillips 66 ones to watch. Every
flex our offensive muscle, running the football right at Circle and stuffing their.
They're going to drop back and throw it around the field, so those guys don't have to be. It's not a whole lot of trickery in what Circle's going to do. They're going to try to. Got to go make them pay for it.
All right, Circle will get set to kick off from the 40 toward the north end zone here at Crusader Stadium. T-Birds have used a couple of different kickers this year. This is Cooper Ball. He's a 5'11", 131-pound sophomore. We'll have 2 receivers back inside the 15. To Crusader football here on KWHK Hutchinson. Far side return up across the 30. And that's where Buhler's offense will start. First and 10. The Crusaders come in averaging 32.3 points, 221 total yards a game, led by senior quarterback Brendan Skripczyk, who threw for a career last week of 156. He'll have Ben Klaus and Gazaway in the backfield. The tight end Brady Gotti will rotate in there with Jax Pratt, McDaniel, Pisano, Carson at the wide receivers. It's first and 10 Crusaders from their own 29 as we're set to go with Crusader football action here tonight. Homecoming night from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. Out of that first down for Ben Klaus as he beats the edge on that 4-2-5 defense.
Yeah, and that time Circle didn't just have 8 guys in the box. They had 8 guys nearly on the more. It's going to open up opportunities for big runs for Buhler.
A 13-yard Ben Klaus run to the left hash mark of the 42 is where the football sits. First and 10. Crusaders going right to left as we watch it. They go with 2 wingbacks left and right. And Ben Klaus to the left of Skripczyk out of the gun. Ben running right between the T-Bird territory. He gouges him yet again all the way up to the 42. Man, if this is the precedent we've set for tonight, Ben Klaus could have a big night.
Yeah, it is attitude football right now. Buhler just lining up and running it right at Circle. And like we said, they've got 8, 9 guys right near the line of scrimmage. Make something happen, and Buhler with 2 big runs to begin the game.
16 yards for Klaus to the right side that time. No score, just underway first quarter. First and 10 on a First National Bank first down. They stack 2 receivers to the left side. They go with 2 tight ends. And here's a handoff. Klaus bursts through a hole, breaks out of a tackle all the way down to the 10-yard line before he's finally brought down.
Could have been a horse collar there.
The ball came out at the end of the play, but runner was down. It's going to be first and goal at the 10-yard line.
Well, good that officials with the no call let Buhler have possession. Looked like Klaus was down before it came out, but definitely looked like one of the T-Birds right at the end. Grab for the top of the jersey.
That run will go for 32 yards. And for Ben, that is his longest of the year by a yard. First and goal here right at the 10-yard line. Double tight set out of the eye. Receiver to the left. Here is Ben walking his way into the end zone. Tackled at the goal line, but he'll get in. Touchdown, Crusaders. All Ben Klaus very quickly to the house. 3 plays. Touchdown. What a drive for Ben, but then a great job blocking up front, too.
Yeah, Buhler absolutely dominating the line of scrimmage, hence why Klaus has a field day on the first possession.
Guys, and they are lined up with everyone in the box. It's not like they're beating a spread-out defense. That defense is stacked to stop them. Just can't do anything about it.
10:25 to go in the first. And Jared Miller will come on for the PA to the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. This is Crusader football on HKFM.
I'm Jared. Since 1948, we at Krupp Lumber and R.D. Henry & Company cabinets to make your home stand the test of time. Not only do we offer paints and lawn and garden supplies, but we can build floor and roof trusses in-house and can help you design your own. Ask about our in-state lumber. Service is our specialty.
Hey folks, this is Darren Eddy with Ag 360 Insurance in Inman. Farmers, would you like to have your farm and personal insurance handled all by the one agency? At Ag 360 Insurance, we can handle it all with one agent. We would love an opportunity to sit down and visit with you about your insurance needs. Feel free to stop by our office on Old K61 in Inman or give Cody Moore a call today at 620-585-2128 or check us out online at ag360insurance.com.
95.9 HKFM.
7-0 Crusaders as we come back. Buhler goes down the field from their own 29 in 4 plays. A 10-yard Ben Klaus touchdown run. Ben Klaus gets credit for all the yards on that drive. Now here's a Jared Miller kick to the 10. It's going to be taken from there across the 20. Returning for the Circle Thunderbirds is Dominic Sire and gets just across the 20 to about the 23. Circle will go spread most of the night. Mason Stobart is their 6-foot junior quarterback. 570 yards in 3 games, but only completing about 37% of his passes. He'll have Weston Rose, the senior tailback, back for his final year. And then receivers Dominic Sire, along with Bodie Jansen, Gabe Duncan, and Paxton Hall. 5 wide receivers, empty backfield set on 1st and 10, so they're not messing around. Here's the throw, slot, far side, hit immediately. Dominic Sire caught the ball about 2 yards past the line of scrimmage, but he got tattooed right away.
Great play by Pisano. He's the corner on the far side of the field. Made sure and just dropped him as soon as he caught the football.
That'll go for 3 yards positive to the 26. It'll be 2nd down and 7. They'll put Sire, who just caught the ball, in motion. This time they stack Rose in the backfield with the quarterback. They'll throw near side. It is high and incomplete. And Stobart had to get rid of it in a hurry because he had a Cash Carson coming his way.
So now Circle already 3 plays into the game facing a 3rd and long. And you mentioned it earlier, the D-line, Matt, going to really pin their ears back here against Stobart.
Not be surprised to see a blitz dialed up here. That pass was incomplete here on the near sideline, intended for Rocky Crosby. Out of the gun, running back to the quarterback's right, thrown over the middle. It's caught for a 1st down, and then gang tackled. This is Bodie Jansen, and he gets up across the 35 to the 38. We told you that Stobart has really spread it around. He has multiple receivers with 3 or more catches on the year, and there's the first of the night for Jansen. It's a 1st down.
Well-designed play. Jansen just did a little hook route and set up right beyond the line to gain. Easy pitch and catch.
They're going to go no huddle, and here is a flag out before the snap. They had a receiver, that is Sire, in motion right to left. It's going to be a penalty on the T-Birds' false start. First of the night on Circle. We've seen a lot of penalty flags in the first 3 weeks. Seems to be a theme in football this year. First down the T-Birds. That'll move them back to the 38-yard line. So it'll be 1st down and 15. Here is Stobart out of the gun. Looks to dump it off on the screen pass, but nowhere to go for Weston Rose. He was hit immediately. As soon as he caught the football, Weston Rose drugged to the turf. A big loss back behind the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Will Hayden, the screen killer that time, had it scoped out perfectly. The instant he caught it, drops him for the big loss. And so now Circle with the worst down and distance they faced tonight with 2nd and 20.
It's a loss of 9 yards on that play. 4 wide receivers. They put Sire in motion. Here is Stobart out of the gun. He's going to hand it off to Rose. And Rose, tough inside running yards. Not much. He'll get positive yardage back up to the 33. He picks up 4 yards, and that sets up an early 4th down. And obviously Buhler able to come up with a stop after giving up that 1st down, but tough for these offenses. Those penalties you get behind on down and distance, tough to overcome it.
Puts a lot of pressure. Another tackle by Hayden, and so now Circle really going to have to try to find something special here.
Circle on 3rd down, and about 16 to throw over the middle. He had Sire open. Sire at the 45 of Buhler had the defender beat by about a step. here on the right hash mark, but the pass overthrown incomplete. It's 4th down.
Yeah, Dominic Sawyer, 5'8", 141. If he's as tall as Premer, he probably has the ladder to catch that one.
You could say that about a lot of guys.
Know a lot of 6'6" guys, do you?
I do not. I know one in Great Bend.
Mason Stobart, also the punter, is set to punt it away from about his own 30. He'll kick it with the right foot. It's going to land at the Buhler 40, and Jeremy Gentry will get away from it. And it rolls out of bounds. Buhler's going to have fantastic field position here. So Circle got the first down. Looked like they had some momentum, but then that penalty really set them back. And then I just love this defense. I don't know, maybe the word is discipline. That screen pass, the right guys stay in the right places, and it turns into a big loss.
Well, because that's typically the way you counter a fast D line. If they're pursuing upfield real hard, well, let's run screen passes. The trouble is screen passes only work if your defense isn't disciplined, and Buhler's linebacking core are very disciplined.
Crusaders from their own 35, 1st and 10, I formation. They'll go with single receivers either side. Casaway and Klaus behind Skripsik. They'll keep it on the ground with Ben. Right side run, and the pile pushing forward. Has a good 8-9 yards on this carry. Give him 10 right at the stick. Another First National Bank first down. Ben Klaus already averaging, it's got to be over 10 yards a carry here to start this game.
No doubt. And, I mean, he might go over 100 yards here in this first quarter if he keeps this up.
Ball touching the far side hash mark of the 45-yard line. Buhler right to left. 7:37 to go in the first, and a 7-0 score, their second series. They go with a single receiver to the left, along with a wingback on that same side. Out of the I formation, they're going to pitch it to Klaus. Klaus running to the left, has the 50, trying to get to the edge, breaks out of an ankle tackle, and driven out of bounds on the Buhler sideline at the 40-yard line. Circle just not able to get to the edge quick enough to close it down, and Ben has another First National Bank first down. They officially mark you out at the 41.
Ben Klaus is not even getting a hand laid on him until he's past the line to gain. Great effort so far by the O-line up front.
Well, it's not to lose the emphasis on how good this offensive line is playing. Brendan's going to go out of the gun here with Klaus to his right. Wingbacks either side, including Jacob Miller to the left side on 1st and 10. They fake it to Klaus. They give it to Miller running right. Just his second run of the year. Jacob Miller coming across the formation left to right. Little wrinkle in the offense by Coach Warner there. Gets positive progress up to the 36. So give him 5 yards on that first down carry.
Yeah, great run. First time somebody besides Ben Klaus has carried it, and Miller made the most of it, having a nice carry.
Now, line up front for the Crusaders, Bodie Redenbaugh and Logan Turner at the tackles. The guards, Nixon Standley and John Aldridge, and senior center Tanner Brown. 2nd and 5, 6:40 to go in the first. 7-0 Crusaders out of the I formation. They go with two tight ends now. And here's Klaus. Boy, nobody in the middle of the field. He's got the first down at the 30, up to the 25, still spinning forward, and finally falls down at the 28-yard line. A gaping hole in the middle of the field. Ben Klaus just chewing up yards, has another First National Bank first down.
Yeah, James Bonewitz tried to drop him, but Klaus showing some lower body power, just breaking out of the tackle. Eventually, Bonewitz was able to drop him, but not after a big play for Ben.
Went for 13 on that play. 1st and 10 at the 23. Peter leading 7-0. They stay in the I formation. Pisano, the receiver, to the near side. McDaniel to the far side. They're going to throw that fade route into the end zone. Connection. Touchdown. Crusaders. Skripsik to McDaniel. Perfectly drawn up and perfectly thrown by Brendan Skripsik.
Well, you know, Circle was just absolutely selling out to try to stop the run as Buhler had not attempted a pass. Great time to run the pass play as Buhler has some distance between the goal line and where the line of scrimmage was at, and a great thrown ball, and great job by McDaniel running right underneath it to haul it in for 6.
And 9 Circle defenders in the box, so just single coverage, no safety. That's just an easy throw.
Jared Miller will come on for the PAT from the 10-yard line here. Again, out of the hole to Jones. He knocks it through. Buhler with an early 2-score lead halfway through this first quarter. 5:57 to play in the quarter. Buhler 14 and Circle nothing. From the Allen Samuels broadcast booth, you're listening to Crusader Football on HKFM.
1 in 8 children live in households with at least one parent who has a substance use disorder. 1 in 10 children live in a household with at least one parent who has an alcohol use disorder. Rise Up Reno Prevention Network has programs in place to help kids build resilience. You can help too. Become a mentor in our Reno County schools, join our Rise Up Reno Coalition, or become a volunteer. Our kids are the most valuable asset we have. You can make a difference. Visit riseupreno.org to find out more. Rise Up Reno.
Hi, this is James with IdeaTech. We love bringing internet freedom to the residents and businesses of Buhler. IdeaTech is a proud supporter and the preferred internet provider of the Buhler Crusaders. As the Crusaders know, speed wins. We back up our lightning-fast internet with a customer-first philosophy. That means you will talk to a live person from our office in Buhler when you call in. If you're not already a customer, go to ideatech.com and click on Check Availability. Or you can call us at 620-543-5000 to inquire more about our services.
95.9 HKFM.
Well, back here to Crusader Stadium, 14-0. Winner scores on back-to-back drives to open the game now. Jared Miller will kick to Dominic Sire. He takes it from the 5, 10, 15, and then he is drugged down. Forward progress near the 15. Skripczyk to McDaniel for 23 yards for the touchdown pass. And for Skrippy, threw 2 touchdowns last week. One the week before that is his 4th of the season. And Ben Klaus has already passed the century mark.
Already 103 yards on 7 carries. It's going to be fun to see how many yards he can log this evening against Circle.
Well, and if they're going to load everybody in the box like that, a kid like Mitchell McDaniel's got to be licking his chops at one-on-one coverage. From their own 15, 1st and 10. This is Mason Stobart out of the gun. Rose to his left, throws over the middle high, but caught. And forward progress will be enough for a first down. First catch of the night, that is Gabe Duncan. 5'10", 150. Gets across the 25 to the 27-yard line. That is the second first down here in the half for Circle, who T-Birds trail 14-0.
Yeah, great job that time. Circle's O-line gave Stobart plenty of time to get the ball out. Those shorter, about 10-yard routes look to be about how much time they have to throw the football.
2 receivers right, 2 left to the 27-yard line. Now Rose goes in motion out on the far side flat. They're going to throw it slot to the left. Yet another receiver. Lost count of how many that Stobart has already thrown to in this game. That's Danik Blake, senior on the far side. And his forward progress takes him across the 30 to the 32. It'll be 5 yards, second down and 5.
Nice tackle in space over there on the far side by Pisano, I believe.
They stay with the 4 wide receiver look. Sire's going to go in motion right to left. They fake it to the running back. Throw over the middle. One-on-one coverage against Mitchell McDaniel. It's going to be caught. And Jay Bonewitz, yet another receiver. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I believe that is the 6th receiver to catch a pass already in 2 drives.
That's pretty impressive. A lot of teams don't have 6 kids that have caught the football week 4 of the season.
Up to the 44, 1st and 10. T-Birds here in the first quarter going left to right. Stobart works out of the gun, pump fakes, throws over the middle, slings it. Boy, that is a dangerous throw, trying to thread the needle over the middle to Jay Bonewitz. And there were no less than 4 Crusaders surrounding him. That's a dangerous throw, falls incomplete.
Well, and Easton Beardsley, the left guard for Circle, looked like he might have had his hands a little wide that time. We'll see if Circle continues to potentially hold.
Second down and 10. They go trips right, single receiver to the far side. That is Paxton Hall, who comes in motion in the jet sweep to the right side, gets to the 50. He's going to be brought down there. First touch of the night for Paxton Hall, who came in as the leading receiver. He hasn't caught a pass yet, but he runs the ball in that jet sweep and gets to the 50. That's going to set up 3rd down and 4.
Gazaway in on the stop for Buhler, and Circle probably in 4-down territory with it already being 14-0.
They're going to go no huddle here quickly on a 3rd and 4 at midfield. Mason Stobart out of the gun. Longest throw of the year for Stobart, 73 yards, 5 touchdowns, 1 INT. He has trips right. Lone receiver to the right side is Jay Bonewitz. He's caught a pass on this drive. Looking over the middle, one-on-one coverage, and it is almost hauled in Almost a fantastic one-handed catch by Gabe Duncan. Had a step on the defender at the 25, but he couldn't hold on. Incomplete, and now we'll see fourth down. Do they go for it or not?
I have a feeling they're going to be going for it with them already down 14-0 on the road. It's near midfield, right at midfield. They might be 4-down territory pretty much a good chunk of this game, and if the Crusaders keep scoring at will, I know.
Well, if the receiver catches that, that's a chance at 6. Incomplete. It'll be 4th down and 4. A little bit of confusion here on the circle sideline as Coach Clothier is going to have to take a timeout. Coach Clothier in his 8th year, 2-7 a year ago, 21-46 all time. Meanwhile, Coach Steve Warner in his 19th year, and you may have seen a stat that came out this week that he has the second most wins in the state of Kansas amongst active head coaches now at 278.
Yeah, pretty impressive, and you just look at that list across the board of all the coaches that are active in the state with 100-plus wins. A lot of well-known names.
And in his 19 years and Buhler, he has more than 100 more wins than he has losses. So it's been a pretty good ride since, of course, Coach grew up in Hutch, played offensive line for the Salthawks and then the Blue Dragons, and came home, and it's been quite a run, including that state title in 13.
Yeah, Buhler's football fortunes had kind of started waning. Had a couple coaching changes after Coach Porter retired, but once Coach Porter came in, Buhler football has been one of the gold standards in 4A.
14-0 Crusaders, 3:30 to go in the first. This is a 4th down and 4. Finally, Circle comes to the line with a 4-receiver look. Sire goes in motion. Out of the gun, they're going to throw it in the flat to Hall, but he is tackled immediately at the 50, nearly no gain, and boy, great play over there by who?
Will Haanen saving the Crusaders' bacon that time as there's a little slip screen out on the far side. Cash Carson leapt up to try to bat the ball down, but they're able to get the football over the top of Carson. Will Haanen had to fight through a block to get the tackle, but tackles him short a yard or two, and the Crusaders take over near midfield.
Will Haanen, who was all-league at linebacker a year ago, the senior, leads the team in tackles. That is number 32 on the season, and now a turnover on downs. Buhler's going to have the ball back with fine position. 3:24 to play here in the first quarter. And a 1st and 10 from their own 49. And they're going to keep it on the ground here. And a nice far side carry. This is the fullback into circle territory. And another big chunk of yardage. These aren't small runs that are tailbacks. These are chunks. Far side to the 40.
It's been 10-yard clips or more pretty much nonstop for Buhler for the tailbacks this evening.
And guys, that's Max Harmony in the game at fullback right now.
So Harmony in place of Gazaway, who's obviously key at that middle linebacker spot on defense. A gain of 11. First National Bank first down. Out of the I formation, single receivers either side. And from the center, Scrippy will take it, rolls out to his left, looks to throw, puts it right on the hip of Ben Klaus, who catches the ball at the 30. Check that, I'm sorry, that is Max Harmony, the fullback. And up to the 25. Scrippy's looked good. 2 throws right on the money so far in this game.
Yes, quarterback rating's really good. 2 completions, 1 touchdown, and first down on that play.
Guys, earlier in the season, that's that little counter pass they like to run. I thought Brendan was looking for the downfield receiver. I know Coach has been talking to him about that. Hits the underneath guy. That's a great gainer.
2 plays for Harmony, his 6th run of the year. He came in 5 runs, 44 yards, and then that his 2nd catch of the year goes for 25. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 25. Left hash mark back to the ground game with a tailback. Klaus fumble. Ball comes out. Buhler might have it. Ball falls forward out of the hands of Klaus to the 16, Matt.
Nixon fell on it.
Nixon, Stanley.
Great heads-up play made by Stanley to recover the football.
Well, there's another guy. We could brag about guys all night. How many times over Coach Warner's career has his big guard been a sophomore? That just doesn't happen very often. They put it at the 17. It is a fumble, but recovered by the Crusaders. Buhler came into the night +1 in the takeaway, giveaway, turnover battle. They've taken 4, given 3 on the year. Just 1 fumble that last week. Back to the I ground game on 2nd down and short. And this time Circle able to stay home and corral Ben Klaus. He actually loses 2 yards. What?
That's the first tackle for loss Circle has had this evening.
And now a little third down decision here for Coach Steve Warner.
Kind of interesting that the Thunderbird receiver was celebrating like he had really accomplished a thing. It's like, it's the first tackle you guys have made even close to the line of scrimmage. Probably ought to stop dancing.
Coverage of Crusader football brought to you in part by the Buhler Booster Club, by Wifco Steel Products, Prairie Bank of Kansas, by Act 360 Insurance, and by Idea Tech. Buhler stays in the eye on 3rd and 4. They go with 2 tight ends and a receiver, Pisano, to the left side. This is Ben Klaus. And Ben is hit in the backfield and dropped for a loss. So Circle able to get a stop here after Buhler was driving down the field from the 49. Back-to-back negative plays for Ben Klaus. They drop him back to the 22, and we'll see what Coach decides to do here. We've not attempted a field goal this year. I'm not sure that that would be the play.
The tee did not come onto the field, so Buhler looks to be going for it here. Actually, they're going to let it go to quarter.
That quarter break hit.
So Buhler, a big 4th and long coming up as the first quarter clock will expire. Scored on their only 2 drives in the first quarter. A run of 10 by Klaus, a pass from Skripczyk to McDaniel of 23. After a quarter of play here on homecoming night, Buhler leads Circle 14-0 from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Are you done with punching the clock or constant work travel? Do you have 15 or more acres? Find freedom by joining America's #1 free-range egg brand, Happy Egg. Happy Egg is looking for growers to raise happy hens. Happy Egg offers startup and new flock cost support and yield-based compensation. Work from home. Work for yourself. Feed America. Visit happyeggfarms.com today for more information. Happy Egg is a proud supporter of Reno County Athletics.
The Bradbury Company, headquartered in Mound Ridge, is a family-owned custom equipment builder, now hiring qualified candidates for manufacturing roles. Apply online at bradburygroup.com/careers. The Bradbury Company, we build machines, we sell solutions.
If you're looking for a late starting college class, Hutchinson Community College may have what you need. It's not too late to get enrolled. We have classes starting throughout the semester. Call 620-665-3535 or email myfuture@hutchcc.edu today.
95.9 HKFM.
A big play coming up here, 4th down as we start the second, 4th and 7 at the 22 after 2 negative plays. Running plays by tailback Ben Klaus. His first 2 negative running plays of the night. Probably still over 100 yards, though. Out of the I formation, they'll go single receivers either side here on 4th down and 7. Ben back to pass. Wants to throw it. Far side. Is it caught or not? They say no at the 10-yard line. Receiver turned around to come back to the catch and could not haul it in. And that is Mitchell McDaniel over on the far side. It'll end up on a turnover on downs.
So Buhler does not convert on 4th down there. Buhler on the season, that's one of the stat areas that the opposition has had a better look. Buhler on the season coming into tonight, 29% on 4th down. Our opponents are converting 63% of the time. Kind of a crazy stat there.
Not a ton better, 36% on 3rd down. You'd like to see that number grow. Circle from their own 22, 1st and 10. They'll take over with an empty backfield set. And in and out of the hands of the receiver. Nice throw over the middle by Mason Stobart. Hot pass, but Bodie Jansen couldn't hold on at the 25. It's incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, he was sandwiched between about 3 or 4 Crusader defenders that time. If he had caught it, he would have been able to pick up the 1st down, but probably would have gotten lit up.
4 juniors and 1 freshman on this offensive line for Circle. Carter Jenkins, a freshman at right tackle, 5'10", 210. Trips left, single receiver far side. This is Stobart out of the gun. Fakes it to his running back. In trouble, he's going to be hit and dropped. Sacked back at the 10-yard line. Big loss on 2nd down.
And the pressure coming from the near side. Quarterback sacked by Jackson Pratt coming from the defensive end position. Buhler going with straight man press, then backing up. And so when we're going straight man, that gives us another guy in the box and more pressure we can put on Circle.
Mark him down at the 13. That'll be a loss of 9 and a big 3rd down. Circle going the wrong way. On their 3rd drive of the night, a punt and a turnover on down so far. 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, empty backfield set. They have the pass caught, and the ball's loose. Fumbled. Buhler's got it at the 20. Ball in and out of the hands of the receiver, Dominic Sawyer. Crusaders recover near the 20-yard line.
We talked about winning the turnover battle. Now Buhler +2 on the season, as that's their 3rd recovered fumble of the year.
Yeah, Jared Miller did a great job adjusting his where he was heading and diving onto the ball. Just barely beat the Thunderbird receiver. Great job by Jared.
Crazy stat, too. That is Circle's first lost fumble in 2024.
11 minutes to go in the second. Buhler's got it back from the Circle 17. After the turnover first of the night, recovered by the Crusaders. And here's a pitch late. Great pitch. Skripczyk to Klaus. Has the edge. He'll walk into the end zone. Touchdown! Crusaders' second run of the night for Ben Klaus, who goes for 17.
First time Buhler ran the true option, landed to the left side, did a great job giving the fake to Gazaway. Skripczyk attacked the edge, waited for the outside linebacker to bite on him, made the easy pitch to Klaus, and Klaus walks in, like you said, for second TD of the night.
It is number 8 on the season for Ben, now number 27 in his career. And Buhler goes up 3 scores early in the second quarter. Jared Miller will try and boot it through from the 10 and splits the uprights. 10:51 to go here in this opening half now. 3 scores, 2 touchdown runs by Ben Klaus. 21-0 from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM. Ocelots, eagles, and otters, oh my! Come see all the animals at the Hutchinson Zoo. Ride the train, visit the gift shop, or even host a birthday party. The Hutchinson Zoo creates experiences for children and families to learn, engage, and conserve the natural world. Plan your visit today by checking out hutchinsonzoo.org and follow Hutchinson Zoo on social media, located in Cary Park.
Looking for something to do? Check out the Hutchinson Zoo.
If you have not considered Wade Patton Insurance for your homeowner's insurance, you should call on us. Hello, this is Brad Patton here to remind you that we have the independent advantage to find coverage for your home. Buying insurance doesn't have to be an expensive burden, and we will shop our carriers for you and simplify the placement of coverage. We will tailor a policy to your individual needs, take the time to educate you on your coverage, and be sure you're protecting your biggest investment. Stop in our office on the corner of 6th and Main or find us on the web at WadePattonInsurance.com.
95.9 HKFM.
21-0 Buhler scores their 3rd touchdown of the night. A 1-play drive after a fumble recovered by Jared Miller. 17-yard run on the left side pitch from Skripczyk to Klaus. And now Jared Miller to kick off from the 40. He'll drive the return man back behind the 10 to the 9-yard line, taken from there, far side. And the return man up to about the 20 for the Circle Thunderbirds is Carson Estrada, a senior. T-Birds really have had little success on offense. They did have that drive where they moved it into Buhler territory. A couple of nice passes over the middle, but ended up in a turnover on downs.
No doubt. Good special teams tackle there made by Jacob Miller, his 2nd of the night on kickoffs. And Buhler hopefully is going to have a lot more kickoffs this evening.
Isn't this the response you wanted after last week? From their own 25 circle. Single back in the backfield, out of the gun. Stobart near side. And looking for the receiver at the 50. That's going to be incomplete. Intended for Danik Blake. And the defensive back, that was Jeremy Gentry, right there with him step for step. It'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, Gentry looked like they kind of did a little crossing right at the very end. Looked like Gentry maybe got beat, but Gentry quickly caught up and played physical right as the ball was delivered to force the incompletion.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10 from the 25-yard line. Clock stopped with the incompletion at 10:39 to go here in the half. Throw over the middle, caught, and then hit immediately. Again, that is Danik Blake, gets across the 30 up to the 32-yard line. So he picks up 7. It'll be 3rd down and 4.
Gentry with the tackle there for Buhler. And Buhler has been allowing Circle to throw underneath. Just don't want to give up the big play over the top.
Two receivers right, two left. Rose to the right of Stobart, out of the gun, and he is lit up. Stobart nowhere to go. Cash Carson leads the charge and drops him back to the 20-yard line. The quick tackle with a big hit. Carson on Stobart. It's fourth down.
At least the second quarterback sack tonight for the Black Knight defense, and that's a big one on third down as it'll force Circle to punt away.
Well, he turned his back to the line as he tried to run out that right side. Nowhere for him to go.
That is the sixth sack of the season by Cash Carson. And Stobart's punt goes nowhere. Barely got above the head of his blockers up front, and it squibs its way out of bounds on the Buhler sideline. That might be the oddest looking punt with that backspin on it that you've ever seen. It ends up out of bounds in Buhler territory. Crusaders are going to have it near the 40.
Well, in rocketry, they call a low-flying projectile like that a land shark. That was definitely a land shark.
So Buhler's going to have good position here with the football. 9:32 to play in the second quarter. From the Circle 21, 1st and 10. Cash Carson mentioned those 6 sacks. They're going to go with a wing and Pisano to the near side. Single receiver to the far side. Out of the eye. It's going to be the tailback Klaus. Big hole. What a hole. What a block up front. Forward all the way up to the 20-yard line. Crusaders shake it up on the play. That is Pisano. But a big hole opened up by the offensive line of Ben Klaus. They call a knee down at the 22.
A good hard run. I mean, the Red Sea is parting down there because the Buhler O-line really opening up some holes as Buhler, if we don't get a first down every down, it's a little disappointing.
Another First National Bank first down. As we'll move it on down the field, 1st and 10 from the 22. 9:07 to go in this second quarter. 21-0 Crusaders. 3 receivers in a bunch to the left side. Brendan in the option is going to choose to keep it. Gets to the edge. The quarterback running this time. Good vision to make the call to keep it himself.
And great heads-up play made by Klaus as he was the pitch man. And then we could see Skripczyk was going to just tuck and run. Went out there and got a piece of the corner to help Skripczyk get a couple extra yards.
Got 10, got enough for another First National Bank first down up to the 12-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10, far side hash mark. Buhler going left to right. They can get the first down without the touchdown here. I want to go back to Carson. 6 sacks. The school record is 13. This is game 4.
I think that is definitely in play.
Flag comes out.
12 men on the field. Illegal participation.
I think they had a substitution that didn't get quite handled the correct way.
We had 3 receivers on the near side, and one of them needed to get out of bounds. And actually, they call a timeout before the flag, yes or no?
Yes, there is no flag on the play.
Okay, timeout of the field. Buhler calls timeout with 12 on the field. 8:19 to go in the half. 21-0 Crusaders. From the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Even when you know the end is near, saying goodbye can be difficult. Hospice and Home Care of Reno County can help your family. Focus on making the time you have left the best it can be, whether it's at home, in a nursing facility, or in the comfortable atmosphere of Hospice House. The hospice staff will help guide you through those difficult decisions. Hospice and Home Care of Reno County, your local not-for-profit agency, serving a 50-mile radius of Hutchinson, a member of Hutchinson Regional Healthcare System.
95.9 HKFM.
Well, Buhler using its first time out of the half to avoid a penalty. A little miscommunication between our receivers. There were 3 of them on the field. One of them needed to get to the sideline.
Good use of the timeout to avoid our first penalty of the evening.
Jacob Miller is going to check in at a wing to the right side. Cash Carson alone to the right side. Receiver split out of the I formation. On 1st and 10 at the 12. They'll tuck it into the belly of Klaus. He'll get across the 10 and up to the 6-yard line before he's brought down with the circle defense.
Nice thing for Buhler here. We can still get a first down without scoring.
It was a gain of 6 on that play by Ben to the right side. Goes to the football just shy of the 5, going left to right toward the north end zone on a beautiful night as the sun is setting behind the trees at Crusader Stadium in a full home stand on homecoming night. Out of the I formation, Jacob Miller stays in the block for Ben Klaus, who again walks untouched into the end zone. Touchdown, Crusaders. Run number 3, touchdown number 4 on the night.
Is there a more beautiful sight in America than seeing your tailback waltz untouched into the end zone and just casually be able to hand the ball to the officials? Great blocking up front by Buhler, really setting the tone, owning line of scrimmage this evening.
Vintage Buhler football. Think about our really good offenses over the year have been able to very effectively run the football. It's been the case tonight, just the 2 negative plays. Jared Miller finds the goalposts again. He'll split them. 7:39 to go here in the half. Buhler a big 28-0 over the Circle Thunderbirds. Middle of the second quarter from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Hi, I'm Carly Sutton with First Bank Kansas. Are you ready to transform your home and life? Unlock the potential of your home with a home equity line of credit from your trusted partners at First Bank Kansas. Whether it's renovating your space, planning the vacation of a lifetime, or simply freeing up your budget, our flexible options empower you to make it happen. Your dreams, your way. Contact us today and discover the possibilities. First Bank Kansas, your key to unlocking a world of possibilities. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Looking for a memorable night out in Hutchinson? Join us on September 28th at Dillon Nature Center for our popular farm-to-table date night. Enjoy chef-prepared dishes with locally grown foods, 2 complimentary drinks, and a cash bar. Mingle during cocktail hour, then dance the night away to live music under the stars. All proceeds support nature preschool programming at Dillon Nature Center. Tickets are on sale now, so don't miss out. Purchase tickets in person at Hutchrec Downtown or at hutchrec.com.
95.9 HKFM.
Get her back into the end zone, up 28-0. Ben Klaus with his 3rd rushing touchdown tonight. Will Christopher, his career best. 215, that came back in September a year ago. Chance to beat that tonight.
Yeah, Ben Klaus already got a stat update from statistician Andrew Epp. 13 carries, 147 yards with his 3 TDs tonight.
Here's a return. Nice return from Sawyer back from around the 10-yard line. Angles to the far circle sideline. Gets across the 25. Mark him out of bounds near the 30. Down at the 35.
Well, you're talking about running clock. Differential typically at the half. If a team's up by 35 points or more, one of the teams can decide, the team that's on the lopsided side can decide for running clock. I don't know if Circle would elect to do so.
From their own 35, they'll throw and it's picked off. Intercepted over the middle, blanketing the intended receiver. Perfect, said Will Hanen.
Yep, Will Hanen with the first pick of the night. We mentioned coming in tonight, Stobart only had 1 INT, and with how much duress he's under, I think he could throw 2 or 3 tonight. But great job by Hanen, having eyes on the ball. The ball was a little bit underthrown, and Hanen was right there to haul it in for the first pick of the night.
Picked up by
Hanen on the backside, Pratt on the front side, who just put his shoulder pads right into Stobart.
Buhler's got it back after a second Circle turnover. 7:23 to go in the second from the Circle 42. A fumble and an INT. 3rd interception for this defense of the year. There's a throw near sideline. Looking for Carter Jones near the 10. That is incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 42. Coach Warner trying to catch the Circle defense asleep and go deep. Will Hanen, there so much congestion where Stobart was trying to throw that ball. That's one that you probably wish should have tucked it and lived to see another down.
Yeah, the most dangerous part of the field you can throw the football is right in the middle of it, and that's exactly where Stobart threw it, thankfully for the Crusaders.
So 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Is that Ben's first incompletion tonight from the 42. They'll try and run it, and nothing there for Ben Klaus, and a little extra after the whistle, I thought. Stopped at the 45. It'll be a loss of 3, and we're looking at a 3rd down and 12.
So Buhler with the first kind of bad down and distance situation we've had this evening with the 3rd and long.
I think if you get half of this here, you can still go for it on 4th down, can't you?
Yeah.
Out of the shotgun. Klaus to the left of Skripczyk. 2 receivers left, 1 right on 3rd down and long. Fakes to his tailback. Throws over the middle. Pisano just a little bit out in front of his outstretched hands. He actually got his hands on it at the 30. He had the first down but couldn't hold on. Incomplete, and it's 4th down.
Yeah, he had some steps there on the defender on the inside slant, but the ball just a little bit past Pisano's ability to haul it in, so Buhler will be forced to punt for the first time this evening, or second time tonight.
Actually, the only time they haven't scored was the turnover on downs.
Excuse me, first punt of the night.
So this will be Skripczyk to punt it away. Buhler leading 28-0, 6:31 to go. In the second quarter, they can't capitalize on the INT by Will Hainan. And Sawyer's going to fair catch it and then fumble it. And there's a scrum for it at the 19. I think Sawyer initially fell back on it.
Yeah, he had it right back into his hands.
Well, what goes on the bottom of those scrums sometimes.
Yeah, I was going to say the only way Buhler could have recovered that was if there was quite the battle at the bottom of the pile.
And there was a little bit of a tussle, but nothing too crazy.
So Circle from their own 19, trailing 28-0, down to 6:21 to go before halftime. Buhler's Black Knight defense has been very good. Stobart out of the gun. They'll put Rose, the tailback, in motion. Empty backfield set. They'll throw right through the hands. That is Bodie Jansen, the intended receiver at the 25, couldn't handle the hot pass. Well, we saw Hainan pick one off over the middle. If Stobart keeps going there, there's going to be another one coming.
There's going to be more. And one thing, too, with Circle, at this point in the game, deep in Buhler territory, if they throw a couple more incompletions, they're not going to take much time off the clock, and Buehler's going to have a fantastic opportunity to put another one in before the halftime gun.
2 turnovers by the T-Birds here in the first half. Rare run. This is Rose, who looks like he lost his footing as he got going. Run to the left, gets across the 20. Forward progress up to the 22. I think he's actually got some speed. Looked like he lost his footing there and then got dropped after a gain of about 3.
Yeah, Nick Gasway, good pop there coming from the middle linebacker spot.
Rose came into the game over 340 yards rushing. Here's a throw on 3rd down. And boy, Stobart being pressured, hit as he threw, just had to get rid of it. And no chance for Dominic Sawyer in this near side at the 35 to catch that. He was still mid-route, and Stobart just had to heave it away.
Guys, Jeremy came up. Jeremy Gentry, I don't know if you saw it, came up and jammed his receiver right off the line. I think that's where they were wanting to go. They saw that in film. It was very obvious.
Well, Buhler this year coming into tonight holding opponents to 17% conversion rates on 3rd down. That should improve this evening.
Another short kick here. Oh.
Wow.
No fair caught by junior Jeremy Gentry. Did not fair catch, so he is hit as he catches the ball and actually ends up over the top of the defender, but he holds on to the football at midfield. Buhler's going to have the 50-yard line to line of scrimmage here after the short punt, second short punt of the night by Mason Stobart.
Yeah, it was a bit of a danger play there for Jeremy Gentry Jr., but he was able to hold on, and Buhler gets position at a great part of the field.
5:40 to go here in the half. Buhler from the 50-yard line. Right hash mark left to right. Ben Klaus right back to the ground. 45 right back to gouging this young T-Bird defense. Well, you look at this Circle defense as Klaus called down at the 41. They have 3 freshmen and 2 sophomores among the starting 11. Very young at that defensive spot on the field.
Well, here at Buhler, the freshmen don't even suit up with the varsity until the playoffs, and really takes a special freshman to get called up to varsity. Circle, either the freshmen are pretty good.
Unless your name is Jace Williams.
Yes.
2nd and 1 at the 41. Scripps going to keep it. He's got the first down. I guess guy out there now, Bodie Redenbaugh, is another guy that got the call up as a freshman. Now a senior. And keeper by Scrippy for the first down. Another First National Bank first down up to the 38.
Well, it would really be nice if Buhler could get another score here to just go into the locker room with some offensive momentum. Last possession we punted. Be good to finish with a scoring drive here.
Clock running at 4:42 to go before halftime. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 41 of Circle. Jacob Miller back in the game. 2 wingbacks, 1 right, 1 left. Scripp out of the gun with Klaus to his left. Fakes to Klaus. There's that run across the formation to Jacob Miller. Second time they've run that play tonight. They got 5 yards the first time they ran it. Jacob going right to left. Gets across the 35. Got a little more than 5 this time as he gets up to about the 32.
Yeah, nice 6-yard pickup there for Jacob Miller. And Buhler doing a nice job of mixing in Miller as Klaus is toting the majority of the time. Good to see Jacob with a nice run there.
They're going to mark him back to the 33. So a gain of 5, right at 5. 2nd down. Far side hash mark. Single receivers either side of the traditional line now. Brendan Skripczyk under center. Circle stuffing the box. Brendan rolling out to pass. Far side complete. It's caught at the 20, 15, 10, and driven out of bounds is Nick Gazaway, the fullback. Great job as Circle again stuffing the box, trying to stop the run. Buhler gives their quarterback a little space, roll out, and a quick hit to Gazaway.
Well, Matt, you talked about it earlier. Skripczyk was looking long, and then settled with Gazaway underneath, and a great first down pickup. That's the type of decision-making that really is going to help Buhler come later in the year.
18 yards on that pass play from Brendan Skripczyk to Nick Gazaway. Another First National Bank first down from the 15. Out of the eye. Single receivers either side. It's the fullback. Gazaway finds room far side. Touchdown Crusaders. Well, very often, Coach Warner, you have a good play, he'll reward you and call your number again, give you a chance to score. Touchdown, Nick Gazaway.
Well, here's the thing in football. How often does a fullback get an untouched run? That just does not happen. And, you play fullback because you're used to having the dives and that type of stuff. At that time, little counter play, and Gazaway goes untouched for his first TD of the night.
Yeah, that was a great trap block up front and an easy run for Nick.
Jared Miller will punch through the PAT. Nick Gazaway with a 15-yard touchdown run. That is his 3rd touchdown of the season. 3:30 to go in the half. Buhler now leading Circle 35-0 from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
1947. It was the year the McKenzie Paint and Body Shop opened for business. That's over 70 years they've been serving the mid-Kansas area with quality workmanship, excellent refinishing, paint, and restoration. McKenzie Paint and Body Shop specializes in foreign and domestic vehicles. Insurance claims are welcome, and 24-hour towing and recovery service is available. At McKenzie Paint and Body Shop, they take the dents out of accidents. Just over the bridge at 45 Kansas Avenue in South Hutchinson.
You already know H&R Block does taxes, but you may not know you can get expert help in person or virtually, or that our tax pros average 10 years of experience, and your biggest possible refund is always guaranteed. H&R Block in Hutchinson, Ellsworth, and Lyons.
Midwest Iron and Metal is now Scrap Management of Hutchinson. New name, same great service. Turn your unwanted household or worksite scrap into cash. No hidden fees, transparent transactions. Scrap Management of Hutchinson on Avenue G in Maine.
95.9 HKFM.
It's been a rough night for the Circle Thunderbirds. 4th rushing touchdown of the night for Buhler. First by Nick Gazaway. 15 yards. 50-yard 5-play drive for the Crusaders who lead 35-0. And an angled kick this time by Miller to the far side. It's going to roll out of bounds untouched at about the 13.
First penalty of the night on Buhler ends up being a kick infraction.
It's on the ball going out of bounds to the far side. Well, Circle had a little success here and there, but nothing consistent throwing the ball. You talked about Buhler really kind of giving them some of that underneath stuff. Just taking away the downfield routes. Not that Circle's quarterback Stobart has had that long in the pocket to throw the deep ball. He's been under a lot of duress.
Well, the nice thing about taking away the long ball, it forces Circle to try to put together a drive where they have to complete multiple passes, which would be difficult to do against this Buhler D.
With the kick infraction, Circle from their own 35. They'll hand it off up the middle. They get the ball to start the second half. Any thought for Clothier here to say, hey, let's try and run the football and not give Buhler the ball back here in this first half?
If nothing else, it keeps the clock running.
Forward progress by Rose.
All those incompletions stop the clock.
Up to the 37, it's a gain of 2. Second down and 8. Now back to the empty backfield set. Stobart to throw, and it's Rose coming across the formation, lined up in the slot far side, comes to the near side and catches the ball at the 35. That's actually going to be a loss. No, they'll give him 1 yard of forward progress.
Great.
Gain of 1, third down.
Great form tackle by Will Haanen, the receiver that time for Circle. He might have got a yard Weston Rose, but he paid the piper as Haanen had him squared up and hit him as soon as he caught the football.
Clock still running, 2:30 to go in this half. Third down and 6 from the 37. First down sticks up at the 45. Receiver in motion right to left. Stobart hit as he throws again. He has had 0 time to throw.
Guys, he's hurt.
He's banged up. Oof. Yeah, delivering the blow was Chase Gentry.
I think somebody got him high, somebody got him low, and I think he got rolled up on.
Mason Stobart, never ever want to see a kid down and hurt.
And seeing the way he was rolling after the hit, nothing dirty that time, but just, like you said, got sandwiched between 2 Buhler defenders.
I think all of us parents who have a kid who plays a sport just praise that that day doesn't come when it's your kid. And Stobart down where he was hit at the 32. We've got a Pile Law injury timeout. If you have been injured at work or in a motor vehicle accident, call Pile Law 241-9000. Tom works to get you the benefits you deserve. Crusader football tonight brought to you in part by Dix Phillips 66, by People's Bank and Trust, Crop Lumber, by Riza Prino, and by Happy Egg. We'll take a injury timeout. As the quarterback Stobart is down. We're back after this, the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
The experienced team at Pile Law is located at 705 West Kansas Avenue in McPherson and is ready to assist you with every aspect of your personal injury case. Tom and his staff have over 25 years of experience and work diligently to fight for the compensation you deserve. If you've been hurt at work or in a car or motorcycle wreck, call 620-241-9000 for a free consultation today. Evening and weekend appointments are available. Visit pilelaw.legal to find more information and rest assured you're moving in the right direction.
Well, on fourth down, Mason Stobart is the punter. He is up, by the way, Stobart, and jogging on the far side. That is really good to see. Oh, goodness, that's going to be a penalty on Buhler as he kicked it away. It's a circle in there. The backup punter is Cooper Ball. He just got it away from the 25, kicked it to about the Buhler 30, but he got hit. And that's going to be a personal foul, roughing the kicker. That'll be a second penalty of the night on the Crusaders.
Hey, guys, Mason Stobart is back onto the field.
Well, that's good to see, because that was really scary when he went down, and just kind of the way he was writhing on the field. You never want to see that.
No doubts. Good to see him back up and going. Bad news for Buhler, that personal foul roughing the kicker
All the way into Buhler territory.
And gives the T-Birds a chance for some new life here. 2-minute drill.
Up to the 47-yard line. I just got to tell you, if I'm hit like that, I admire kids who get up and come back in. Trips right. Pressure off the edges again. Big throw over the middle. Incomplete. Those deep routes just aren't there. Intended for Paxton Hall at the 20. Good majority of the reason for that is with the pressure, Circle just doesn't have time to develop them. As Stobart's been under pressure. And another blitz there by Coach Coles.
Yeah, good heat Buhler bringing to Stobart. Clock stops on the incompletion.
Is there anything more uncomfortable than being in that pocket and having multiple defenders full speed rushing at you? You're going to hand it off this time. Rose, nice little inside cut to the right side. It's across the 45 and forward progress. Across the 45 to the 44 of Buhler.
Yeah, Gazaway rides him down.
Gets 3 yards for Rose. Down to 1:40 to go. Here in this half, it'll be third down. Third and about 7. We'll put Stobart out of the gun. New tailback in there for Circle is Justin Andrews to the left of Stobart. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Now Andrews will go out in motion to the near side. It is caught. Receiver looks like he has the forward progress. Rocky Cosby to the far side. We'll see where the officials mark it.
And yet another receiver from Circle catching a football.
Just did get enough forward progress. No, he did not. They marked the ball back a yard shy. I'm kind of surprised by that. At the 38, now Circle on 4th down. No huddle's going to go for it. And we're going to have a timeout here.
That's when I truly think he got the first down, but we'll take it.
It sure looked like his forward progress was at or a little past the stick. But they mark it a yard shy. And now timeout of the field. 56 seconds to go here in the first half from Crusader Stadium. 35-0 Buhler, the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Hey guys, how's practice going?
Papa, I can't hit the ball over the fence yet.
Well, Easton, that fence is 300 feet away and you're only 4 years old.
Papa, how long before we can hit the ball over the fence?
Boys, it's not always about home runs, it's about teamwork and always getting better. Ray Riffing's been around for 83 years and we still believe in teamwork and working hard.
So, Papa, it's going to take 83 more years until we're good?
No, Brogan, you'll be good long before that. Just keep working hard. Most of all, have fun.
Let's go hit some baseballs and get some ice cream.
Okay, boys, let's go.
Riff the right way, the Ray way.
95.9 HKFM.
Well, of course, homecoming tonight. It is Buhler Frolic weekend. Coming up at halftime, we'll talk to Frolic committee member Monty Cross. He'll be on with us. Big day tomorrow in Buhler. Activities getting underway early at 8. Of course, the double parade at 10, and lots of entertainment throughout the day. Out of the gun, empty backfield set on 4th and 1, and well overthrown. Paxton Hall actually checked that. That's Cosby over the middle. The intended target at the 15, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So Buhler will have the ball back with 51 seconds to go here in the half.
A curious call on 4th and 1. You'd think you maybe try to, as close as that Circle's been to scoring this evening, you think they maybe try to run it, but they throw the incompletion on the bomb, and Buhler will take over with the first down.
Just suppose that's a play call of a desperate coach, just trying to get Buhler, expecting run and see if you can't get a home run.
So it'll be 1st and 10, Buhler at the 38. We'll see if coach just elects to run the clock out or not. He's got 4 receivers with Scripp out of the gun, so they are going to take a shot here. Bren will throw it short and catchable. Ben Klaus thrown a little bit high, but catchable through his hands near the 40. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
One positive thing, clock stops on the incompletion.
Hey, that ball's thrown a little bit high, but it's probably one Ben would tell you should have had.
I think you may have jumped a little early.
It's a tough catch, too. You're back to the defense. You never know what's coming from behind you.
Absolutely.
2nd and 10 from the 38. Still 4 receivers. And now Scripps going to tuck it and run. Didn't like what he saw downfield. Love the maturity of your quarterback to say, hey, let's not make a mistake here. Gets good positive yardage across the 45. They'll mark him out right at the 45. Gain of 7. Look at it, 3rd down and 3.
And a heads-up play made by Skripsic as he had the decision on the far sideline. Do I fight for extra yards or get out and stop the clock? And he made a conscientious effort to get out of bounds to stop the clock.
I always like to see a quarterback not make a throw they're going to regret after they throw it. Let's get what the defense will give us and live to fight another down. 3rd down and 3. 2 receivers right here. They go back to the I formation. This may be the last play of the half. They're going to give it to Klaus. And he bursts through a hole up the middle into circle territory. Has the first down. He's still going. Far sideline. Breaks out of another tackle. 20, 15, 10, 5. And he's driven down near the goal line. It's going to be 1st and goal and a big Ben Klaus run. I lost count of how many tackles he broke out of there. All the way down inside the 5 to about the 2-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal.
Great run by Ben Klaus there. Buehler's going to spike the football to stop the clock here with 24 seconds left.
They mark it down at the 1. So a run by Ben Klaus, his biggest of the season. So here, guys, that goes for 54. I lost track of how many tackles he
6 possibly.
Oh, man. Just a fantastic run by Ben. So 24 seconds on the clock. Sets up a, we're going to call it 1st and goal at the 2. And they'll hand it off, and just like that, Buehler's back into the end zone. They got the ball with 51 seconds to go in the half. From their own 38, it takes them about 30 to get back to the end zone. 4 plays and a 2-yard Ben Klaus touchdown run, and for Ben, that is his 4th run of the game.
Great run, great drive by Buehler, and Buehler showing that you can keep it on the ground and still score quickly.
$62 yards in 4 plays. And the kick is good. 20 seconds to go before halftime here tonight. And Buehler has blown this one wide open in the first half. 42-0 our score from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. Back after this, Crusader football on HKFM.
Hi, I'm Michael Klayman from Bank of the Plains in Hutch. We were established
Surely
in
they'll run the
1906
clock
on
in the
the
second
Kansas
half.
Plains, and we continue to making our decisions based on what's best for small-town Kansas communities. We're a full-service community bank with traditional banking services you value and the digital capabilities you need to keep pace in today's world. We'd like to visit with you in person, so please come over to 517 East 30th and Hutch to learn more about how we are making banking simple. Equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dal Hunt with Buhler Dental Care. At Buhler Dental Care, we have great registered hygienists to help schedule your family for convenience. You will receive high-quality dental care and build a positive relationship with our experienced staff in a pleasant and reassuring atmosphere. We like to have some fun with you and get to know you while you spend time with us. So be sure to give us a call at 620-543-2768 or email us at drdaldds@gmail.com. Buhler Dental Care, providing healthy smiles with a gentle touch.
95.9 HKFM.
Back here with 20 seconds to go in the half. And Jared Miller set to kick. He'll squib kick it to get the clock rolling. T-Bird's going to just fall on it at the 30. And that's where they'll start from. Well, Buehler, most points they've scored ever in the series. 65. They scored 65 against this T-Bird team in 2016. It was 65-40. Actually, you're right. That's the most total points in a game. 76, the most Buehler has scored in a game. That came back in 21. 4 times they've shut out the T-Birds.
Yeah, looking to get the 5th shutout tonight. There's still a half of football.
T-Birds from their own 25. They'll keep it on the ground and run this clock out and get to the locker room.
Good tackle made by Pratt there, coming up from the defensive end spot.
Well, the Circle team won 8 games 2 years ago, just 2 last year, and it's been a tough start to 2024. Continues in the first half here tonight at Crusader Stadium on homecoming night. 42-0. 4 Ben Klaus touchdown runs in that first half. Nick Gazaway also with a touchdown run. And the pass early on from Brendan Skripczyk to Mitchell McDaniel for 23 yards.
And guys, I've got Coach here. Coach, Ben with 4 touchdown runs in the first half. I want to talk about the job the guys are doing up front. Tell me what you're seeing from your offensive line.
Well, I'm very excited. It took us a while to get our offense going, but this reminds me of the old days. 10 years ago, we're moving the football. The defense is playing outstanding. It's a good feeling. This isn't a bad football team. They lost to McPherson by 14, and it was a great first half. I'm very happy with our kids.
Coach, obviously a little bit of a frustrating week last week at Great Bend. Your guys have responded. Talk about how you prepped them to get ready for this game.
Well, it's not a fun feeling. We're not used to losing, and the kids don't like to lose, and we talked about it and brought it up throughout the week, how nasty of a feeling it is, and it's not something they enjoyed. They came out on fire, and just the way we came out, I love it, and we've got to continue to do that throughout the rest of the year. And the way the line is, our line is huge, and they're strong, and we've got a young, inexperienced group, like we said, but now they're getting experience.
Coach, thank you. Good luck in the second half.
All right, 42-0 at the half here. Crusader football on HKFM is brought to you in part by the Hutchinson Zoo, by First Bank Kansas, Scooters Coffee, and by McKenzie Paint and Body Art. Homecoming festivities going on here at halftime, and we'll talk a little bit about that. And also visit with Monty Cross. We'll talk Buhler Frolic. Monty joins us next here, our Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report. 42-0 Buhler at the half here on HKFM.
Tonight's coverage of Crusader football continues next with the Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report. Aaron and Chris recap tonight's first half, and we'll catch up with other coaches and athletes in This Week in Crusader Sports. 95.9 HKFM.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Devin. Together we are Stamatic of Central Kansas, with a new location at 209 North Main in downtown McPherson. We are here to help, offering water, fire, and smoke restoration, mold remediation, carpet and upholstery cleaning, as well as hard surfaces like tile and even grout cleaning. Don't forget about the places you can't see, like air ducts and dryer vent. Find us on Facebook or online at stamaticofcentralks.com for a free estimate to see how Stamatic of Central Kansas can help you.
Oh, and honey, don't forget.
Call Stamatic, you'll be ecstatic.
Are you considering putting up a fence, building a garage, adding onto your home, or purchasing ground? For all your surveying needs, contact Alpha Land Surveys in Hutchinson at 620-728-0012 or go to alphalandsurveys.com.
This is Derek Fees with APAC Kansas Shears Division. You know we do big projects, but we also want you to know we can help you with parking lots, driveways, and other projects at your home or business. Asphalt or concrete, we're here to help. Call APAC today at 620-662-2112.
Hi, I'm Melanie Block. First National Bank is here to help your business by offering a variety of services to manage and improve your cash flow. Our business banking team is a trusted partner in the community, here to provide solutions to the challenges your business faces so you can achieve all your business goals. From small to large businesses, we have the knowledge and power to help you succeed. First National Bank of Hutchinson, always first for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
In 1975, Louis Hebert converted Sinclair Service Station to the Medicine Shop at the corner of 14th and Main. Nearly half a century later, the Hutch Medicine Shop is the only independent drugstore that remains in Hutchinson. Remember Cog Hill Drugstore, Key Health Mart, and Self-Service Drug? The Medicine Shop is proud to carry the torch for those local drugstores of the past. Thank you for caring for local businesses like the Hutchinson Medicine Shop. With your support, the Hutch Med Shop will continue to thrive.
And welcome back on our Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report. It is Frolic weekend in Buhler. Time to talk things Buhler Frolic. Monty Cross from the Frolic Committee. Hello, sir.
Good evening. How are you?
We're doing fantastic.
Got a great football game going on tonight. And then tomorrow, Frolic. It's crazy that it's here already. And it looks like we're going to be blessed with a beautiful day tomorrow. And we have a lot of events. We're bringing in a lot of new stuff. We're changing the weekend, but we're trying to do a lot of the old. They brought the 5K back last year, And Paul Erickson from the Buhler District is the one that's doing that. It's the Be Well 5K. That starts at 8 o'clock. And we also have a 1 mile walk. So those people that don't necessarily want to run 3.1 or 2 miles or whatever it is, you can show up and do the 1 mile walk with the group. Just, get the blood flowing for the morning, because at 9 o'clock is when a lot of things start happening downtown. We'll have our vendors open. I know we've got a couple of food vendors that are going to be serving breakfast. Okay. There is a big breakfast. I should put that out there at 7:30. The pancake breakfast at the Buhler MB Church, which growing up I always called it the middle church. So, and then we'll have our vendors opening up at 9 o'clock. But I think everybody is excited and always ready to go at 10 when our famous double parade goes down and back.
Parade.
Not just any. It's the famous Buhler Frolic double parade.
Yeah. Always look forward to that.
Lineup starts at 8:30 at Buhler Grade School. We'll have a volunteer down there with the registration paper and getting you in order. Come and be part of the parade. We want to try to make this the biggest parade yet for our Under the Big Top theme this year. It's a big circus. After that parade is over, that's when a lot of the fun stuff starts. At 11 o'clock, the Buhler Economic Development Committee is going to do a disc golf tournament. That is away from Main Street, but still part of Frolic. We have entertainment starting at 11:30. I know the Buhler Singers are coming, Crusader Singers, PHMS Singers. And then some other things that we've got going. We try to always incorporate something new into Frolic. What can we do for the kids, and how can we make it fun for them?
Expanded that.
We have this year. So normally we have the inflatables, which it'll be $5 a wristband to go into the inflatables. We're bringing in more inflatables than we normally do. So we're going to have a big area over by the fire station where we'll have the inflatables set up. We are bringing a carnival ride in from Tulsa, Oklahoma, that is Cups O' Fun is what it's called. It looks pretty fun. Okay. And so, again, we're trying to bring things in to add to Frolic. That is going to be separate from the inflatable. So if anybody wants to ride the carnival ride, they will have to buy a separate bracelet for that, which is also $5. But the $5 is unlimited rides. And then we're also bringing in Axe It Up. Hutch is bringing their travel axe throwing trailer over, and we're going to set that up in the middle of Main Street down by Dr. Dowell's office and across from the Buhler Market. And that's also a $5 wristband, which is separate from the other two. But if you buy that $5 wristband, you have unlimited throws throughout the afternoon.
Okay. We're throwing at the targets.
At the targets,
not
yes.
Each other.
Later on in the day, we are going to have the National Guard there. They are going to bring a rock climbing wall, which is kind of cool. That's for all ages. And then at 1:30, Mid-Kansas Credit Union sponsors the Kids Money Scramble. And if you have not seen that happen before, that is something to really watch.
It used to happen in the morning.
It used to happen in the morning. We put it into the afternoon. They throw money out into that hay, and age groups go out there and start scavenging through that hay mess. Yeah. And, bring your kiddos. I think it goes all the way up to age 12. And they do it by, age group, like 3, 4s, 5, 6, 7, 8. So,
and as a parent, afterwards you can collect the tax.
That's right. Yeah. It's almost like the candy tax when you're after Halloween. We are going to have our raffle. We have a lot of cool prizes this year for the raffle. So that raffle table actually opens at 9 o'clock with a lot of other things. The raffle itself will happen at 4 o'clock. And then right after the raffle happens, it says 5 o'clock on the calendar or on the schedule. We're going to try to get that going right after the raffle. We're going to bring bingo back this year.
Okay.
We did it last year. It kind of went on hiatus for a couple of years. We brought it back last year. And we do things a little bit different now. So we have all the prizes hidden behind the signs that we have for our sponsors. We have them hidden. It's almost like the Wizard of Oz. Don't mind what's behind the curtain. Mm-hmm. So we have the prizes hidden back there. And when you bingo, you draw a number. And that number represents one of the prizes that's behind the curtain. And last year, it ranged from a TV to a jar of pickles. That's the range that we had. So you don't know if you're going to get a good prize, a medium prize, or one of the grand prizes, or a jar of pickles. Then we're going to conclude the evening. It's always a nice time at the end of Frolic. We get our community together and we feed them. It's a free will donation. All of the Nobody keeps the profits from it. Anything that's made off of it after expenses goes to the Buhler Grade School Student Fund, and that is to help out with kids that may not have a balance or have money to put into their lunch account. Winter may be coming up and they need a coat or a jacket. Any child that has a need, they can go to the office and talk with Mrs. Baldwin, and they will make sure that that child has what they need. So
fantastic.
It's really awesome. So make sure you bring a little extra to throw in the free will donation bucket. It's going to be from start to finish, Aaron. Tomorrow is going to be just a fantastic time. Like I said, we're trying to incorporate some new things for all age groups. We have some big announcements that'll be coming for next year's Frolic as we continue to add to it. We're going to continue to try step by step to add bigger and better things to Buhler Frolic.
Well, we appreciate you and Sarah and the entire group that puts it all together. I know it just doesn't happen. So.
It does not, and it's a committee of four. It's Sarah and Rod and my wife Michelle and I, and the four of us plan it and then do it when it comes Frolic Day. And it's tiresome at the end, but it's always so worth it.
All right, man. Well, hopefully a big win tonight.
That's right. Let's go Crusaders.
Then we'll see you bright and early tomorrow.
You and I always see each other super bright and early to get Frolic going.
Looking forward to it.
I am too.
Thanks, man. That's Monty Cross with the Buhler Frolic Committee. We look forward to all the activities happening in downtown Buhler tomorrow. We'll be back with more of our halftime right after this.
More of the Prairie Bank of Kansas Halftime Report is coming up after this. Find exclusive stories highlighting Crusader athletics at adastraradio.com. 95.9 HKFM. The Buhler Crusaders play here.
Hey fans, this is Rachel Nelson. It's game time and I Need a Cleaners can help you look like a winner. Spend your valuable time prepping for the game, not doing laundry. Keep your knit polos and khaki pants looking great. For the winning look, stop by I Need a Cleaners, 13th and Main in Hutchinson.
Your home is more than just a place. It's where your life happens. The Redinger Agency across from Bogies and Hutch understands. Go to RedingerAgency.com and get your quote today at the Redinger Agency in Hutchinson, one stop for all your insurance needs.
We're making more than just sweets at the Bakery House and Catering Company. Boxed lunches for local businesses, full-service catering for banquets and weddings, and freezer meals for family dinner. Come see us at the Bakery House, just 1 block east of 30th and Plum in Hutchinson.
Old home? Unsafe wiring? No problem. Contact Service Plus Electrical. They will give you personalized options and upfront pricing for rewiring your home. No holes, no messes, and no moving out. Give them a call. Service Plus Electrical. Rest easy. Rewire.
Holly here with Holly Sweet Treats. Planning a special event? Let us handle the culinary delights while you enjoy the festivities with your guests. Contact us today to discuss all your catering needs. 620-888-YUM and follow Holly Sweet Treats on social media.
Plaza Astle Realty, locally owned and brokered right here in Hutchinson. With deep roots in Reno, Rice, and McPherson counties, we're your go-to team for personalized real estate service. Call us at 620-662-0576 or visit plaza-astle.com.
Blue Stem Pace, with locations in McPherson and Hutchinson, is taking referrals now. At Blue Stem Pace, a program of all-inclusive care for the elderly, people age 55 and better with complex medical issues can take advantage of services to better manage medical issues and have opportunities for social activities, prepared meals, and more. Don't face your health challenges alone. Blue Stem Pace is ready to help seniors live well at home. Learn more by calling 844-588-7223 or go to www.bluestempace.org.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Back on our Prairie Bank of Kansas halftime report. Coverage of Crusader football tonight brought to you in part by Stamatic of Central Kansas, by I Need a Cleaners, the Redinger Agency, by Holly Sweet Treats, and by Bank of the Plains. 42-0 at the half. All Buhler in that first half. They scored on their first 2 drives of the night. All total 4 touchdown runs, 10, 17, 6, and 2 yards for Ben Klaus. A 15-yard run for Nick Gazaway. And then the nice pass, 23 yards from Brendan Skripczyk. Beautifully thrown fade to the far sideline of Mitchell McDaniel, 45-0. Offense has been clicking tonight, Christopher. Only just a handful of negative plays. Otherwise, Really been dominant, and I think it all starts up front with the way those guys have been blocking.
No doubt. Buhler is definitely winning the battle in the trenches. And, one of those stats that really signifies success is empty possessions. And Buhler only has 2 empty possessions tonight. We had the 1 punt and the 1 turnover on downs. So Buhler doing a fantastic job. And if you can run the football like Buhler is tonight and stuff somebody like we are tonight, that's a recipe for a lot of wins.
How often does a tailback go over 100 yards in 2 drives? I mean, it's just...
Yeah, well, to be over 100 yards in the first quarter, I mean, that's the kind of stat line that you expect to see in an 8-man game, not an 11-man 4A game.
Absolutely. Good first half for Ben Klaus. We'll get those numbers caught up. Defense playing sensational as well, forcing the 2 first-half turnovers. The fumble recovered by Jared Miller and the Will Hainan INT. Buhler punched in the last touchdown to the half. They've gotten the ball just with 51 seconds to go in the half. Took them only 4 plays to get back to the end zone. A big Ben Klaus run is part of that. 45-0 here at halftime is the score. Second half coming up in week 4. Home again next week. The Wamego. Yes, Wamego comes to town. That is right. It is Wamego, isn't it? Yeah. It's like, who's next? It's Wamego.
What is Wamego's mascot?
Are they the Raiders? Wamego. Raiders, yes.
Raiders. All right.
Absolutely. All right, let's get some first half numbers, Andrew Epp.
Well, 6 minutes to go in the first half is when Ben Klaus reached the 100-yard mark. So that is 1/8 of your football game. It didn't take him half of a quarter to get to 100 yards. He finished the first half with 209 on 17 carries, including 4 touchdowns and a long of 53. That one didn't score, but that was his long rush, was 53 yards. The score 42-0. Buhler has the lead. They are outgaining Circle by 300 yards. It is 327 total yards for Buhler, just 22 for Circle. Buhler has 13 first downs, Circle 4. The Crusaders still struggling on third down, though. 0 for 3. Circle 1 for 8 on fourth downs. Buhler 0 for 1 and Circle 0 for 2. And then it was a pretty penalty-free game for the first about quarter and a half, but 2 Crusader penalties result in 30 yards and just 1 for Circle for 5 yards. The Thunderbirds have 2 turnovers. Crusaders have none. On the ground, Mason Stobert has, the quarterback for the Thunderbirds, has 27 yards, but they're all in the wrong direction. 3 rushes for -27. Weston Rose, 4 rushes for 14 yards. And then Ben Klaus for the Crusaders, as I mentioned before, 17 rushes, 209, 4 touchdowns, and a long of 53. Brennan Skripsick also 3 rushes for 25 yards. Nick Gazaway got a carry. That went 15 yards for a touchdown. And Max Harmony in on the action as well. 11 yards for him on 1 carry. Buhler totaling on the ground 260 yards as a team on 22 carries. That's 11.8 yards per carry for the Crusaders. Through the air, not a whole lot better for Circle. Mason Stobart, 9 for 19, but only 35 yards. He also had 1 interception, no touchdowns, obviously. But an interesting stat, good job for Mason Stobart. 8 different receivers caught a ball for the Thunderbirds. That includes Jay Bonowitz, Gabe Duncan, and Bodie Jansen, all with either 11 or 12 yards, but all with only 1 catch. Then Brennan Skripsick through the air for Buhler, 5 for 9, 67 yards and a touchdown, no picks. Mitchell McDaniel had a catch for 23 yards and a touchdown. Jacob Miller, 2 catches, 10 yards. Nick Gazaway, a catch for 19. And Max Harmony caught a ball for 15 yards as well out of his fullback spot. Defensively, Cash Carson causing havoc again in the backfield. 3 tackles, 1 sack, 3 quarterback hurries. Jackson Pratt, 3 tackles, 2 for a loss, 1 sack. And I'm not going to mention the roughing the passer penalty that cost the Crusaders the stop on 4th down. or roughing the punter.
You're
rather.
not.
I'm not going to mention that.
You're
Nope,
not, but you did.
I said I wasn't going to say it, so I won't say it.
Okay.
Okay. Jacob Miller and Jared Miller both had a couple tackles, but Jared Miller had a fumble recovery, and that was forced by Will Haanen. 3 tackles in the first half. 1 for a loss, 1 forced fumble, and 1 interception. So Will having a day again. The Crusaders, that stat that popped out for me, 327 to 22 total yards.
All right, man. Thank you. We'll talk to you after the game. Our first half stats. Congratulations to our homecoming king and queen, Kai Mendenhall and Charlie Baxter. We're crowned in a ceremony here at halftime. 42-0, I'm sorry. And we'll come back second half from Crusader Stadium right after this. Crusader football on HKFM.
You're listening to the Prairie Bank of Kansas Halftime Report. Prairie Bank of Kansas, your locally owned full-service bank since 1886. Tonight's second half kickoff is coming up next. Crusader football on HKFM.
As the hot Kansas summer winds down, the end of one season and the start of the next is a great time to review the health of your pets at Apple Lane Animal Hospital. Have you missed any of your vaccinations? How about scheduling a general health checkup, annual blood work, and taking a look at your pet's diet and nutritional needs? Make 2023 the year you take care of your pets so they live a long and healthy life. Call the staff at Apple Lane Animal Hospital and schedule an appointment today at 662-0515.
Ocelots, eagles, and otters, oh my! Come see all the animals at the Hutchinson Zoo. Ride the train, visit the gift shop, or even host a birthday party. The Hutchinson Zoo creates experiences for children and families to learn, engage, and conserve the natural world. Plan your visit today by checking out hutchinsonzoo.org and follow Hutchinson Zoo on social media, located in Cary Park.
Looking for something to do? Check out the Hutchinson Zoo.
Alan Samuels Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on the giant corner of 30th and Lorraine in Hutchinson. We take pride in supporting our community and being committed to our customers. Don Glassby here to let you know dependability of your vehicle is very important to us. Our top-notch service team is ready anytime your vehicle needs attention. Visit us online at AlanSamuelsHutch.com. Alan Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, where there's always a warm cup of coffee waiting, and as Mr. Samuels always says,
come by, let's be friends.
The Anchor Inn and Anchor Away have been serving authentic Mexican food to Hutchinson and surrounding communities for over 35 years. Treat friends and family to the Anchor's legendary dishes in their large banquet room, famous buffet, and relaxed atmosphere. Open Monday through Saturday. For the same great food with the convenience of a drive-thru, visit Anchor Away at B and Adams. Like Anchor Inn and Anchor Away on Facebook for specials. Anchor Inn and Anchor Away, authentically delicious in downtown Hutchinson.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Well, second half not too far away in our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard. Halftime Derby leading Mays 39-0. Dodge over Liberal 21-7. Haven leads Douglas 20-0. Heston 46. Nickerson nothing. The score there. Elsewhere, Victoria puts 56 up and beats Pretty Prairie in a half tonight, 56-0. Hayes at half leading Garden City 14-0. Andover 21, Arc City nothing. Cheney leading Clearwater at the half 23-7. Rose Hill 22, El Dorado 6, Sedgwick 28, Marion nothing. Mulvane leading Augusta at the half, Chris 7-0.
And I've got some scores elsewhere on the Ad Astra Sports Network. Late in the third, Ellenwood leading Sterling 21-12. Maxville leading Stafford out in Stafford County 14-6. 4:45 left to go in the third quarter. Last score we have from Andale and Collegiate. That was a highly anticipated matchup down in 3A. Andale shutting out the Spartans 24-0 at the half. The last score we had out of McPherson, let's get back up there. Mac was up by a couple touchdowns. Sorry, my thread just jumped ahead. I'll try to get that number here in just a second.
Ellenwood leading Sterling at the half 15-12.
Got it now. Mac up on Winfield 23-7 on Winfield. Winfield, we talked about coming in 3-0 on this season.
Hillsborough and Halstead tied at 0. We're ready for the second half here on KWHK Hutchinson. Here to West Chris Shagman after 10 with you on a Friday night, homecoming night 42-0 Crusaders. And Buhler will kick off the ball to start this half number 2. And Jared Miller's kick, low line drive, takes a high bounce, picked up at the 21, returned from there. Across the 25, near the 30-yard line. This is Dominic Sire on the return, and he'll be brought down right around the 27.
Good tackle. Buhler's gone into squib mode on the kickoffs to try to prevent a nice return for Circle, trying to eliminate any opportunity for them to regain momentum in this evening's contest.
Circle from their own 28. First and 10. Trips to the right side, single receiver to the far side. Sire will go in motion right to left with Stobart out of the gun. Claps his hands together, hands it off to his tailback Rose. Tries to find some room right in the middle of the field, and not much there. He'll fall forward to the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2. Tough inside running on first down.
A nice tackle made in the interior there by, I
think it was
Asher.
Will.
Oh, Will, okay. We got Asher Zachary out there running middle linebacker right now.
Trips right on second down. They'll throw way high. That ball just sailed right out of the hand of Stobart.
Yeah, check that. That's Asher McConaughey.
Unfortunate for the receiver, Rocky Cosby, who was open on the play. But, well, high incomplete brings up third down and 8. So we'll start to see some other guys rotate in offensively, defensively as we go throughout this second half. Empty backfield set, 5 wide receivers on third down. And caught over the middle. Nice job of the receiver to sit right down in the pocket over the middle. That is Bodie Jansen. And it is enough at the 41, make it the 39-yard line to move the chains. A first down for the Circle Thunderbirds. That is just their 5th of the game.
Yeah, when they've been able to convert and pick up these first downs, it's been on third down, kind of just underneath routes. A guy basically just making a catch right at the line to gain.
First and 10 at the 41. T-Birds going left to right here in the middle of the field with another empty backfield set. Stobart to throw. It is caught. Receiver breaks out of a tackle, but that was a mistake. He should have gone down right where he was. Rocky Cosby paid for trying to get extra yards as he's driven back to the original line of scrimmage. Got a Crusader slow to get up.
Yeah, great
driven
tackle
down at the 41.
Made in space by Hirschberger, but unfortunately shaken up on the play that time was Chase Gentry.
I'm impressed by these Buhler secondary defenders tonight. They have not given up much in the way of yards after the catch.
Yeah, pretty much when Circle has been able to complete a pass, they've been dropped immediately. Not much yak tonight for Circle.
Jansen went the wrong way on that one. 4 receivers with Rose in the backfield. He'll get the handoff on second down and 10. And that goes nowhere. Stuffed at the line of scrimmage. No gain at the 39. Circle still where they started as it's going to be third down and 10.
Great job, Cruz. Hirschberger just got a nick of his foot, able to drop him. He was able to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage after he got tripped up.
So third and 10, clock running. We'll go under 10 minutes to play here in this third quarter. Trips left, single receiver to the right side. Stobart pressured, throws, caught by Paxton Hall right at the sticks. Set down again right at that first down marker. And boy, Stobart had to get rid of it in a hurry. But he finds Paxton Hall for the second first down on this drive.
Well, in the quickness of the Buhler D-line, Buhler's only bringing 4, and they're able to create so much pressure. Stobart, I've been pretty impressed with his ability to get the ball out, with all that pressure in his face this evening.
Nearing midfield at the 48, it'll be first and 10. 4 receivers, trips right with Stobart out of the gun. Low throw, low snap, able to scoop it out. Throws over the middle. Sire just incomplete. Over his outstretched hands at the 25 with Jeremy Gentry in coverage. It'll be second down and 10.
Actually, it's turnover on downs.
Oh, yeah, that was...
They did not get the first down
So
there.
they did not have the first down.
So that's the second time that they have gone deep on a 4th and short.
I apologize. It was 4th and 1.
Both very, very curious play calls.
4th and 1. They go for the deep ball. And overthrown, incomplete. Buhler's going to take over here. 9:08 to go in the third. 1st and 10. This will be the Crusaders' first drive of the second half from their own 48. Yeah, I don't understand that at all. And here's a handoff. Not much there. Well, I say that. Klaus turns something into nothing into something. Gets across the 45 to the 44. And picks up 4.
Well, when 4 or 5 yard carries are kind of meh plays, that means the offense is really clicking.
Well, initially, he was going to get less than that, but
yeah,
man, he's been really good tonight.
He talked about
Gain
such
of
a
5.
strange call there by Circle, as they had some momentum on that drive. They converted one to get 1 first down, but go for the home run ball and come up short.
So Buhler back into Circle territory at the 44, going right to left. Pisano in there at a wing back to the left. Out of the I formation. They'll pitch it to Klaus. Klaus is going to run to the left edge at the 40. And he's just got the first down. That is a new tailback in the game, too.
Skripczyk.
Dylan Skripczyk comes in to run the football and gets the edge for the first down. Move the sticks, another First National Bank first down.
Yeah, I have a feeling Ben Klaus is probably shut down for the night. Such a big first half for him, running the football so well, and don't want to take any risk with him with the big lead.
Sad thing is he needs 7 yards to set a new career high. But we'll live to see that another day. Dylan Skripczyk came in 3 carries, 54 yards, and a touchdown of the year. Straight ahead, power running out of that I formation for the Crusaders. And they'll pound it down to the 31.
Gazaway just burrowing his way forward. Nice big run there on first down for the senior fullback.
It's going to be a gain of 7 for Gazaway. He comes out. Looks like he might have gotten hit high in the thigh. Kind of holding on to that left thigh as he came quickly out of the game. Imagine Harmony will come back in at fullback here.
He is.
So 2nd down and 3. 2 receivers to the far side. And Brendan will hand it off. This is Dylan Skripczyk. And Skrip will get across the 25-yard line. They're going to mark forward progress at the 25. Dylan Skripczyk, a sophomore. Tough thing for him is Ben Klaus has another year. So be interesting to see a dynamic guy like Skripczyk, then how coach gets him involved in the offense next year. Might have to do a little bit of what they've done with Mitchell McDaniel. Move the chains. Another First National Bank first down at the 25-yard line. 2 receivers right of the I formation. 6:49 to go in the third. 42-0. This is Skripczyk again with the inside handoff. He gets a couple and then gets drugged down from behind. They'll mark forward progress at the 23. It is a gain of 2.
So clock continuing to melt away, and kind of one of those games. The neat thing with some of these younger guys and guys that don't play as much, checking in, their intensity is going to be up because they're excited to play in front of the big crowd on a Friday night. We'll see if the Crusaders can keep the positive momentum and energy here in this third quarter with the big lead.
Jared Miller's checked in at receiver in this play on 2nd down and 8. They stay in the I. From under center, Skripczyk takes the snap. He'll hand it off. This is Skripczyk. Good patience. Skripczyk to Skripczyk. And good patience by Dylan that time. Gets forward just enough for the first down of the 15. Move the sticks again. Another First National Bank first down.
And with that run, Buhler now inside the red zone, and Skripczyk doing a really nice job running on the interior of that circle defense right there.
Neat opportunity for Ben now to work with Dylan in this situation with Klaus over on the sideline after a 200-plus yards in the first half. 1st and 10 from the 15. Right back to the I formation. Right back to the ground game. Dylan able to glance off one tackler but can't elude another. He'll lose a yard back at the 16. Loss of 1 brings up 2nd down and 11.
I believe the first negative yardage play here in the third quarter that time. It was the freshman Jason Smith One of the strong safeties making the tackle there for Circle.
Quick pace to this third quarter. Just 5 minutes now left. First drive of the third for Buhler and facing a 2nd down and 11 after the loss. They stay in the eye. And they're going to pitch it to Skripczyk, trying to get him to the right side edge at the 25, and he'll be drugged down from behind. Hit nobody in front of him, but a defender came and able to ankle tackle him down from behind. They call him down at the 11. That's where it's going to be 3rd down, a gain of 5.
So what, a 3rd and a long 6, short 7 here for Buhler?
3rd and about 6. Might as well be in 4-down territory, right?
Or you could try a field goal just for the sake of getting game practice.
Single receivers either side, I formation on 3rd down and 6. They fake it to the fullback, Script. Pitches to Script, Brendan to Dillon, and tried to get to the outside edge and just could not.
They are going to kick it.
I don't know if he got it.
I think he gained maybe a yard there up to the 10. They were going to spot him actually for a loss. Wow.
Spot him for a loss back to the 12. Brendan,
well,
that option play, trying to pitch it late to Dillon, and Circle did a good job to close off the edge that time.
Well, I like the try for the field goal here because you don't want to attempt your first field goal in a make-or-break situation.
This is Jared Miller from the 21. This is going to be a 31-yard field goal out of the hold of Carter Jones. The line of scrimmage, the 12-yard line. The kick has got enough. If it catches inside the uprights, it does not. It is wide right, incomplete. So Jared Miller's first field goal attempt of the year is no good. That'll be just the 3rd time in this game tonight Buhler has come up without points on offense. And so Circle will take over with 3:36 to go in the 3rd. They will start this drive from their own 12-yard line. Crusader football on HKFM this season. Brought to you in part by First National Bank, by Alpha Land Surveys, Apple Lane Animal Hospital, by Plaza Astral Realty, Phoenix Restoration, and by the Bradbury Company. Back to the gun on 1st and 10, and caught far side. Stobart delivers a bullet on time, but the receiver tackled immediately. That is Gabe Duncan.
And on the stop that time for Buhler, Jeremy Gentry Jr. flying it from the high safety position.
Gain of just a yard to the 13, and now Buehler's late trying to get a defender off the field. They'll have to burn another timeout. That is the 2nd time in the game that has happened. As Chase Gentry came sprinting, trying to get off the field, but not in time. So timeout of the field, 3:14 to go in the 3rd. Still 42-0. Buhler with the lead over Circle from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
This message brought to you by your friends at Red Rock Auto Center in South Hutchinson. Many of us have lived in the same place for years, and yet we don't even know our neighbors. Make the first move and get to know your neighbors. Invite them for a cup of coffee, listen to their story, and take the time to get to know them. For all your service needs, you can find Red Rock Auto Center at 200 North Main Street in South Hutchinson, or visit us at redrockautocenter.com. Red Rock Auto Center. We're here when you need us.
95.9 HKFM.
We'll try to find some time coming up in the 4th quarter to talk about what's happening elsewhere in Crusader sports. Another busy week: cross country, golf, volleyball, tennis,
soccer,
and soccer. I think they've got more this weekend. Second down from the 23 for Circle. Going to put the ball on the ground. And on the far side, not much there.
And like you said, this 3rd quarter really flying by. We're already under the 3-minute mark.
And 3rd down and 7 after Nick Gazaway stopped a tailback Rose for a no gain. Empty backfield set, trips right. 2 receivers left on 3rd down. Big rush over the middle. Pass caught by Paxton Hall. Breaks out of a tackle. This will be the biggest offensive play of the night for Circle. Stobart had a man in his face when he delivered that, but right on time. And Hall able to break out of a tackle, gets across the 40 and move the sticks up at the 42-yard line. Easily the biggest play of the night for the Circle Thunderbirds.
Yeah, that time Circle cleared out the secondary by running everybody else long. Hall just set up a little hook route right at the line to gain, caught it, then had a good yak afterward.
Here's a little pass out of the near side. They swing it to the right side of the tailback, Weston Rose. 19 on that last play. And Rose with a little physical altercation after the catch. Breaks out of a tackle, gets across the 45 to the 47. And that'll pick up 6 more yards. 2nd down and 4. Asher McConaughey on the stop. Trips left here, single receiver to the right side. Stobart to throw again, and that was low. Did he pick it up off the turf? They're going to call it a catch.
Looked very shortstop-esque there.
Dominic Sire on the far side, knocked out of bounds short of the first down stick. We're going to have a 3rd and about 1 coming up here. I'd like a little instant replay on that.
Can we send that to the booth, see if New York, if they agree?
That ball definitely came off the turf.
Well, sell the catch.
Sire knocked out of bounds short of the stick by a yard. 3rd and 1 with Stobart out of the gun. They'll hand it off. New tailback breaks out of a tackle near side and a big run. He might go to the house. Tripped up inside the 20-yard line. What a run by Justin Andrews. And Circle has got themselves a 1st down in the red zone at the 14-yard line.
Right now, the shutout in jeopardy for Buhler. See if the Black Knights can buckle down and keep them off the board.
Stobart out of the gun. They'll go back to Andrews, and he will not get a big run this time.
Great play made by the defensive end. Jackson Pratt gets him for a loss.
Loss back to the 16-yard line. Loss of 2. Let's mark him all the way back to the 17. So 2nd down and 13 here.
So something bad happens, makes something good happen right there. That's what Jackson Pratt does.
The old saying, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Andrews stays in the game on the right hip of Stobart, the quarterback. Out of the gun, wants to throw, going to the back corner of the end zone, and it is juggled. Did he catch it? Yes, he did. What a catch by the receiver in that far back corner. Touchdown Circle.
So the final play of the 3rd quarter goes the way of the T-Birds.
I think that's Paxton Hall.
Nice throw that time by Stobart. He put it back there where really the only person that could make a play on it was the Circle wideout. And Hobart was able to haul it in for the 1st score of the night.
Goes for 17 yards. Circle gets on the board as time expires here.
And Circle's going for 2 here.
In the 3rd, T-Birds are going to line up to go for 2. 3 receivers in a bunch formation to the right side, and a flag comes out. False start on the T-Birds.
We'll take it as this makes the try a lot more difficult, moving it back to the 7.
Probably just the 2nd penalty of the game on Circle. Again, time has expired here on the clock to the 3rd quarter. The penalty on Circle on the false start. That'll move the football back 5 yards. And they're still going to go for the 2-point conversion. Great Ben went for 2 of these last week and converted them both. 4 receivers set and a flag out again.
That's going to be encroachment on Buhler, so we're going to get the 5 yards back to him.
Great Ben went for those 2 2-point conversions last week. Completed them both. Buhler was 0 for 1 trying 2-point tries last week. So back to the original line of scrimmage. And we'll try it again. Now we'll go back to trips right. That bunch formation to the right side. Single receiver is hauled to the far side. Rose to the right of the quarterback. Out of the gun. Throws it. Caught, but Rose out of the backfield. Tackled 2 yards shy of the goal line. 2-point try, no good. 42-6 as we come to the end of the third quarter. Circle. Just a quarter left. Gets on the board from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. Crusader football on HKFM.
Donuts to the left of me, kolaches to the right, and here I am, waiting at Daylight Donuts for you. Another new school year is upon us, and when you need that quick bite on the run early in the morning, Daylight Donuts stands ready to fuel up your family and get your day started with a smile. Besides donuts, we offer savory breakfast favorites on the go, like our kolache sausage rolls, breakfast sandwiches, biscuits and gravy. Pair it with a milk, coffee, or juice, and you and your family are ready to take on the day. P.S. If you're late to work, you're required to bring donuts. I'm sorry, that's just the rule. Hutchinson Daylight Donuts, 1435 East 30th and 305 North Main.
Sunflower Electric Supply in Hutchinson has been a family-owned and operated business since 1950 and a fourth-generation company. In today's world, that's unheard of. Keep your dollars in your community and choose us over the national chains. We have a large selection of Milwaukee, Klein, and Greenlee hand and power tools in stock. Our knowledgeable staff has years of electrical experience, unlike what you'll find at the big stores, someone just filling in from the lawn and garden department. Visit us in Hutchinson, Great Bend, or Liberal today.
95.9 HKFM.
Well, after trailing 42-0 at the half, Circle finally gets on the board right at the end of the third quarter. After all the first half scoring, we had just one touchdown of the third quarter. Circle a drive from their own 12. They go down the field in 8 plays. They missed the 2-point conversion. And so 42-6. And now an onside try of the T-Birds. And it...
Oh, they got it, I think.
Gets bounced around over on the far side of the 45, and Circle might have it.
It died right along the far sideline. Yep, Circle football.
So Buhler's offense is going to have to stay on the sideline. They go for the onside kick. And Circle's offense will stay on the field. 11:59 now to go in the game. T-Birds from their own 46-yard line. Now going right to left. This is from the Buhler 46-yard line. Right to left here in the fourth. Stobart down the field, wide open. Touchdown, Circle. After a stellar first half, leading 42-0. This is a little bit of a blemish in the second half now. One play back to the end zone. Mason Stobart to Dominic Sire. 46 yards and another score.
Well, they've been trying to throw the home run ball multiple times tonight to Dominic Sawyer. Most of them have been towards the middle of the field. That time it was on the far sideline. Defender fell down, opening the gap for Sawyer to take it to the house.
They'll go for 2 again, and it is caught in the end zone. This is good. On the pass, it is Cosby who makes the catch, Rocky Cosby. 42-14, 11:52 now to go in the fourth from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. Listening to Crusader football on HKFM.
The name Johnson Sheet Metal does not sound like a heating and air conditioning company, but Johnson Sheet Metal has been taking care of your comfort needs for over 100 years. Hi, this is Sarah Johnson, and through 4 generations, my family has specialized in the Lennox brand, but we service other makes and models as well. Today, we are still servicing and installing heating and air conditioning systems in Hutchinson and Reno County. Give Johnson Sheet Metal a call today at 620-662-0224.
At Midway Motors, we are here for you for every mile of life. Whether you're shopping for a new or used vehicle or selling one, Midway Motors will buy your vehicle even if you're not in the market to buy one of ours. Just stop by one of our 5 locations and one of our appraisers will evaluate your vehicle and you can leave with a check the same day. It's fast and easy. Visit MidwayMotors.com for more information. Midway Motors, for every mile of life.
95.9 HKFM.
Circle will try the onside again. And a false start on the kick. See if coach elects him to make him retry here. The ball, they call it a legal formation. That kick made a B for the circle sideline and went straight out of bounds. I mean, much harder than you want to see an onside kick kicked.
Yeah, you want to have it die right before the sideline like that last one did. That one was a straight bullet train.
So they'll set up on the 35 and retry the onside here. 42-14, 2 circle touchdowns in the second half. It's a much better kick, takes a high bounce, and Buhler's going to have it near the 45. So they recover the onside here with 11:48 to go in the game.
Great play made there by Jacob Miller to field that. All right.
Going to call it from the circle 46.
Circle did some damage. Now let's see if the Crusaders can kind of put the genie back in the bottle here.
Well, you sure do want to come right back down the field, don't you, after giving up a couple of scores? 1st and 10 from the circle 46 out of the I formation. Single receivers either side of the formation. Skripczyk will take the snap and hand it off. Right side run. This is still Dylan Skripczyk in the game. Gets across the 45 to the 44-yard line and a gain of 2. Mentioned just a sophomore, Dylan Skripczyk. 5'10", 155. The clock will run with 11:20 here to go in the game. 42-14. 2nd and 8. Line of scrimmage, the 44 of circle. Buhler left to right out of the I formation. Skripczyk will take it. Gives it to Dylan Skripczyk. Inside handoff. Falls forward to the 41-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 3.
Clock continues to burn here.
And we're looking at a 3rd down and 5. Now, well, circle's been stuffing the box all night. See if coach tries to get it back to the outside here. Try to get to the edge on 3rd and 5. I'm going to go with a 2 tight end look. Brendan Skripczyk under center on 3rd and 5. Lone receiver near side is Mitchell McDaniel. And Dylan Skripczyk hit immediately. And it'll be 4th down. Might have been a good area on the field to try to get something short into the hands of McDaniel.
Well, Buhler will be forced to punt away here. About 7 yards past midfield. Let's see if the punt team can pin circle deep here along their own goal line.
No gain on the play, so that powerhouse offense from the first half has been stymied in the second half. 2 drives and nothing to show for it. As Brendan Skripczyk will make a nice punt, it bounces at the 11, and it'll roll out of bounds over on the far sideline. Well, you know, those starters want to go back out there. Yep. They've got some makeup work to do after giving up a couple of touchdowns, which after the perfect first half they played, it's got to sting a little bit, doesn't it?
And it looks like we're back to full-fledged starting defense out there. And a Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update just went final. Great Bend beats North 61-7. I think, like we said, that Great Bend team is going to be a force to be reckoned with up in 5A.
Circle from their own 14. Stobart out of the gun. Rose on his left hip. They'll put receiver in motion, left to right. Low snap taken by the quarterback. Inside handoff by Rose. They've had a little bit more running room here in this second half. Rose a tough runner and gets forward progress of 6 up to the 20.
Yeah, Rose a very unique runner. 5'10", 196, runs very, very high, it seems like.
Yeah, he does run high, but he also spins off a lot of those hits.
He's a pinball kid.
Yep.
2nd down and 5. They'll go back to the air, out of the gun, throw over the middle. That is going to be well overthrown. Stobart had pressure again, looking for Sawyer near midfield, incomplete. It'll be third down. Are we blitzing here?
Be great to get the stop here and try to get some offense ginned up.
Third down and 5, ball at the 20-yard line. 3 receivers left, single receiver to the far side, circle right to left. Rose takes the snap, looking to throw near side over the middle. That pass not there. Had to throw it in a hurry, incomplete. Threw it out in front of Danik Blake. Blake might have gotten a little bit late getting to the spot, and it's incomplete. It'll be fourth down.
Well, for the Buhler defense, looks like Circle is going to go for it. This could be a good spot for them to do a quick kick, as well as Buhler has nobody back to return it.
They show empty backfield set. 3 receivers left, 2 right. Stobart out of the gun. Here they are going to go for it on fourth down. Receiver is Rose to the near side, thrown high. Pisano goes up and tries to make the pick. It goes through his hands, incomplete. It'll be a turnover on down.
And honestly, that's one of those situations where us not getting the interception probably saved us a few yards, as Pisano really kind of laying out for the football, was not going to get much of a return had he picked it off. But Buhler will set up shop right at the gateway of the red zone. Ball just, the nose of the football resting up against the 20?
Indeed.
From the circle 20. 8:52 to go in the game.
Don't want an empty possession that starts at the 20.
And we're going to have a timeout here called by the T-Birds. We're talking about what is happening elsewhere in Crusader sports. It's been a really good week for Buhler golf. Team finished third at their home invite today. 18 teams there.
Yeah, over 100 golfers playing. It was a pretty stacked field today.
And a course record by Mays golfer Kinsley Jones. Shot a 58. That's insane.
There was some discussion that the Heston
13 under
Heston course record for anyone, men, women, young people, old people, was set with that 58 today.
For Buhler, Annika Paulsrud medaled in 6th. JV was 5th this week at the Nickerson Invitational. Buhler golf also at Cheney earlier in the week had a very good outing there. 1st and 10 from the 20 for the Crusaders. Out of the eye, they're going to hand it to the fullback. This is Harmony. Gets across the 15-yard line. Forward progress up to about the 12.
Nice pancake block there by Bodie Redenbaugh.
Good gain of 8 on the first down. It sets up a second down and short.
You're mentioning the Cheney tournament. Buhler winning that earlier this week.
Absolutely. Fantastic stuff from our golfers this week. A very deep team for Coach this year. Looks like we have an injured T-Bird on the play. And an injury timeout brought to you by Pile Law. If you've been injured at work or in a motor vehicle accident, call Pile Law 241-9000. Tom works to get you the benefits you deserve. Circle player down on the far side.
Got a scoreboard up, Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update out of McPherson. Winfield pulling a little bit closer, 23-15. McPherson ahead of Winfield with 8:33 left to go in the 4th.
Tough week for our soccer team. They lost 3-0 at McPherson on Tuesday. It lost 5-0, 6-0 make it at Valley Center yesterday. They will host Hutchinson here at Crusader Stadium coming up on Monday. 2nd down and 2. They'll keep it with Harmony, the fullback, and he'll find Pater to the end zone. Touchdown, Crusaders. They finally get back on the scoreboard here in the second half. And give it to the guy who got you there. Max Harmony with a nice run. And the score with 8:05 to go in the fourth.
I believe that's Max Harmony's first touchdown of his career for Buhler High School. So good to see the junior getting things going here midway through the fourth quarter.
Came into the game, 5 carries, 44 yards, and some action here in the second half in place of Nick Gazaway.
For Buhler, after that scoreless third quarter, good to get the offense ginned up here in the fourth.
Absolutely. I'll come on for the extra point. And Jared Miller will miss. Just I think only his third miss of the year. It's a rare one, but no good. Wide left. 8:05 to play in the game now. Buhler on their way to victory number 3 on the season, leading 48-14 from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth. Crusader football on HKFM.
Neufeld Flooring, proud supporter of Buhler High School activities. We're your experts for all your floor covering needs. Please make an appointment to visit us at 110 West 2nd, downtown Buhler, or give us a call at 620-543-2274. Go Crusaders!
Celebrate the spooky season with a trick-or-treat blender from your locally owned Scooters Coffee. A bewitching blend of espresso, ice cream, and white mocha sauce make the perfect Halloween treat. Scooters Coffee, amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast.
Scooters Coffee in Hutchinson, McPherson, and Salina.
Are you looking for a place that provides excellent care for you or a loved one? Pleasant Hills of Hutchinson is a beautiful Home Plus that provides all levels of care. With the Home Plus, you get more individualized care with the comforts of home. The private bedrooms and bathrooms are large and include walk-in closets and showers. In addition, there are many shared common spaces, and the outdoor patios are great for viewing wildlife. Go to pleasant-hills.com to discover the Home Plus Advantage or call for a tour today.
95.9 HKFM.
After the touchdown, the squib kick on the kickoff. Circle is going to fall on it near the 35. They're going to have decent field position here with 7:59 to go in the game. Max Harmony's 12-yard touchdown run, just 2 plays after Circle turned the ball over on downs from the Circle 20. Buhler got in the end zone for the first time in the second half. They lead here 48-14. T-Birds going quickly from their own 37 with an empty backfield set. And 5 wide receivers. And a pass over on the far sideline. Dangerous throw. And not able to haul it in is Dominic Sire over near the 40. And if he caught that football, he was going to get lit up.
Oh, and he paid the piper, didn't catch it, and far side corner did a great job for Buhler delivering the blow. I believe that was Gotti. 2nd and 10,
they're going to go to the ground. This is Rose. Makes a nice run. He is a very interesting runner. Talked about he runs very high as he gets across the 45, close to a first down. They're going to move the sticks at the 47. Not only does he run very high, really gets his knees up when he runs. I've never quite seen anything like it.
Well, you teach a running back to get your knees up to really drive, to have some power.
But I guess because he stands up so tall, it's a lot more noticeable. Just interesting. From the 48, 1st and 10, back to the air ball. Popped up in the air. Couple of Crusaders in the area thinking about the pick six. Somebody got a hand on that, knocked it up in the air. It'll be incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Defensive linemen licking their chops for a pick six.
Wow. Yeah, that ball was tipped up in the air, and some of the D linemen did not see that it was there. It was in the backfield far enough that the linebackers couldn't make a play on the tip drill.
2nd down and 10 out of the gun. Empty backfield. Rose to throw. Hit as he throws, and it's going to be short. He has been tormented all night.
Max Harmony delivering the lumber there for Buhler.
And dropped at the 41. It'll be 3rd down.
Getting some other finals on the Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update. Hillsborough over Halstead 27-0 in CKL action. Heston with the big win over Nickerson, 53-6.
They're down at 10, clock stops, 7:10 to go in the game. They'll keep Rose to the left of Stobart in the gun this time. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Pressure up the middle, throw high, but caught. That's going to move the sticks a first down. Boy, Stobart really hanging in there and delivered that to Jay Bonewitz into Buhler territory at the 40-yard line. I tell you what, he has made some nice throws. He has paid for a number of them, but hanging in that pocket tough.
Yeah, I've got some respect for him. Noah Hayes, the sophomore, 5'11", 160 linebacker, making the tackle there.
1st and 10 from the 40. Empty backfield set again. Wants to throw, has a man caught. Breaking out of a couple of tackles, bouncing off defenders inside the 20. First catch of the night for Justin Andrews.
That time on the far side, it was Jared Miller who had him wrapped up initially, but he was able to break out of the tackle to pick up the first down.
Down at the 19, it's 21 yards, and Circle is back in the red zone. So 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. 6:11 to go in the game. 2 scores in the second half for Circle. Trips left, single receiver right. 48-14. Stobart will take the snap as the play clock runs dead. Into the end zone, picked off. What a defensive play in the end zone made by the Crusaders.
Second pick of the night that Stobart has thrown. That time hauling in the pick was Jared Miller.
Miller made a nice play on the ball, cut in front of the defender in the end zone, went up high and hauled it down, and Stobart's not going to throw a TD.
That is
not on that play.
Second interception of the night, 3rd of the season, and we mentioned it, Circle came into the game tonight +3 on the turnover margin. Now they are exactly at even. Buhler came in tonight +1, now Buhler +4.
So Buhler can go back to the ground game now with 5:55 to go in the game after Circle's 3rd turnover. They'll mark it at the 20, running to the right side. This is Dylan Skripczyk, gets hit hard, bounces off a tackle, stays in bounds, gets rode out after the first down. Nice run, physical run for Dylan Skripczyk. Up across the 45. Let's see where they officially mark him out at. The First National Bank first down at the 34, excuse me.
Well, Skripczyk did such a good job of having his shoulders squared upfield. That time it was Starek for Circle trying to make the stop, and Skripczyk just ran right through the tackle.
Gain of 14, 1st and 10. Clock running here in the second half. We have a new quarterback in there, and here's Max Harmony going to work. Breaks through the middle into Circle territory at the 20, 15, and he'll be down near the 12-yard line. A big run by Max Harmony. Back in the red zone for the Crusaders.
Harmony had his first career touchdown a few minutes ago. He wants to get touchdown number 2. As the Buhler second string
mark him down at the 15.
And working into 3rd string, even really starting to batter away at the Circle defense.
51 yards for Harmony on the run as Asher Zachary is now in at quarterback. And Buhler's knocking on the door again. 1st and 10 at the 15. Back to the ground with Skripczyk running right now, running left, finds a seam to the end zone. Touchdown, Crusaders.
Dylan Skripczyk gets his first touchdown of the night, 2nd career touchdown. Great hard running there for the sophomore tailback.
Well, Circle showed a little life in this second half. Buhler just nailed the coffin shut.
As Buhler goes over the 50-point mark for the first time this season. And Circle coming in tonight, the most points they'd surrendered in a game was on Saturday against Mulvane. It was 29 points.
2nd rushing touchdown of the season for Dylan Skripczyk. This one goes for 15 yards. 4:59 to go. The extra point is up and good here in the 4th quarter. And Buhler lengthens its lead 54-14. Crusaders up big late in this one on homecoming night from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
Even trying to enjoy a fun event can be difficult after the loss of a loved one. Unanswered questions, feelings of stress and grief are only natural. As the owner and director of Inman Funeral Home, I bring over 25 years of experience bringing comfort and empathy during time of loss. Rely on me to guide you through all aspects of planning a funeral service with compassion, dignity, and respect. I'm Athena Johnson with Inman Funeral Home. Find me at inmanfh.com.
Welcome to a new era of women's health in Hutchinson. Meet Dr. Doug Moore, Hutchinson's newest OBGYN, committed to delivering personalized and comprehensive care for women at every stage of life. Dr. Moore's mission is to provide each woman with the attention and care that they deserve.
I'm Dr. Moore, OBGYN, and I look forward to building relationships with patients and educating them to be comfortable in the healthcare decisions through every stage of life.
Discover more about Dr. Moore at hutchregional.com or call to schedule your appointment today.
95.9 HKFM.
4:59 to go in the game. 55-14. Dylan Skripsik, his second touchdown run of the year. Buhler pouring it on now late in the second half. And the Crusaders will kick it short on the squib. Take it across the 40 to set a decent field position again for the Thunderbirds. They have 2 scores in this second half tonight. Buhler has answered right back with 2 very quick scores in the fourth quarter.
And that drive was set up by the pick in the end zone by Jared Miller. Let's see if the Black Knight defense can get their 3rd INT of the night.
Circle far side hash mark of the 45, their own 45, going right to left. 1st and 10. 3 receivers left side and a low snap, fumbled loose, and quarterback's going to have to retrieve it. Stobart able to go back and fall on it. He'll take the sack on the play and dropped back. Loss of 10 back to the 35. It'll be 2nd and 20.
Really the first bad snap for either squad tonight.
Carter Jones is in on defense now. Asher Zachary out there playing in the defensive secondary. I'll try and get some of these second and third string names for you. Stobart throws, delivers high but caught. Receiver breaks out of the initial tackle on the circle sideline. And Jason Smith is going to be driven out of bounds near the first down stick.
Good physical tackle made on the far side by the junior Jared Miller.
Tucker Schlatter now checking into the ball game.
So Jackson Rumbaugh, one of the D linemen, checking in a moment ago as well.
It'll be 3rd down and 10 after the gain of 10. Throw caught near side, driven out of bounds in Buhler territory.
Asher Zachary in on the stop, along with Carter Jones.
Driven out of bounds at the 47. That's going to set up a 4th down. 4th down and 2.
Shane Schrader out there as well for the Crusaders.
4th down and 2.
Along with Logan Schneider playing out there at the defensive end.
T-Birds go for it. He'll do a little swing pass to the far side of the tailback. He's caught it. He's got the first down. That'll move the sticks circle. Little pass to the right side. Christian Andrews out of the backfield. His first catch of the night. It might be the 9th different receiver for Circle to catch a pass in this game.
Yeah, they've had a cavalcade of players.
Moves the sticks up to the 39. It'll be 1st and 10. 3:38 to go. Out of the gun is Stobart. Trips left. Christian Andrews, the 3rd back to be featured in the backfield tonight for Circle. Caught that last pass for a first down. Stobart under pressure. And it is picked off! Intercepted! Asher Zachary cuts in front of the defender. He came up racing from behind. Cut right in front of Dominic Sire. He bobbled it and held on to it at midfield. What a play by Zachary. And the Crusaders hold again. Let's make that our Happy Egg Company. Excellent play of the night. Visit happyeggfarms.com to learn how you can help feed America. How about that?
What concentration by Asher Zachary to hold on to that. Is he really had to extend and lay out to haul that in. 3rd INT the Black Knights have forced Stobart into this evening.
3:18 to go in the game. Buhler's going to go right back to the ground game from their own 46 after the INT. And running to the right side, this is still Dylan Skripczyk. And he'll get into circle territory. So across midfield, across the 45, up to the 43-yard line. That'll be enough for a Buhler First National Bank first down.
Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update. Andover Central wins tonight 24-0. That's one of the teams above Buhler in the 4A West.
1st and 10 Crusaders, obviously keeping it on the ground here late in the game. Not much this time on the inside handoff.
And carrying the football that time.
Carrying the ball for the Crusaders, number 42, Nate Nugent.
Nate Nugent in on the carry, sophomore.
2nd down, Crusaders.
Noah Hayes rotating into the ball game offensively now. Some new guys up there on the line. Try and get some of those guys for you. Tucker Schultz is up there.
Blake Morin as well.
Asher Zachary in at quarterback out of the eye. This will be Carter Jones now on the carry to the far side. Connor Vodesky, another one of the new offensive linemen. Clock running at 2:24 to go in the game. They get across the 40 to the 39. So that'll be a gain of 4. It'll be 3rd down from there, 3rd and about 7. Charles Hendricks checking in at a wide receiver.
Making the stop for the Thunderbirds, number 47, Cody Sterrick.
I believe Jacob Anderson is now in there as well.
I have a big Buhler Dental Care scoreboard update here.
Run to the right side for Jones, and no gain at the 39. It'll be 4th down.
With 1:14 left to go in the 4th quarter, Winfield has tied McPherson 23-all.
Really?
Wow.
McPherson at one point in that game, I believe, was up 23-7. So the Vikings have stormed back to tie the game.
Is that at Mac?
It's at McPherson.
Wow.
Asa Atherton also up there on the offensive line now. Fourth down at 5. They'll go for it to continue to run the clock. Carter Jones gets a block on the edge. Can he get to the stick? I think he's going to be about a yard shy. See where they mark his knee down.
Yep, it's going to be a turnover on downs.
Marked him down at the 35. Really needed the 33 for the first down. And that'll be a turnover on downs, but it runs this clock down to a minute 10 left. Circle will take over. Volleyball went 1-1 this week. At Augusta, they beat Augusta in the 2 sets, but then lost to Andale in straight sets. They've got a big tournament at Newton coming up tomorrow. Circle 1:10 to go in the game. They'll have it from their own 35. Good luck to our cross-country team. They race at Rimrock tomorrow, bright and early tomorrow morning in Lawrence. Running back hit immediately on that handoff in the backfield.
Tucker Schlatter with the big stick there.
Big stick indeed. He lowered the boom.
Dropped at the 35 for no gain. So good luck to Coach Morgan's crew tomorrow at Rimrock.
Always a challenging course there in Lawrence.
And number 57, Tucker Schlatter.
2nd down and 10. Circle going to the ground game. And a big hole up the middle. One man to beat. Oh, no. They're going to try to chase him down from behind. They will.
Ball.
A big carry. The ball came out at the end, but I think Christian Andrews is going to be down as he goes deep into Buhler territory. Big hole up the middle. Defense able to chase him down from behind at 15, at the 15-yard line. And on that one play from Andrews, it goes for 50 yards. How many times more yardage on that play is there than Buhler had given up all year rushing? They came in at negative 25. So that's 75 more yards than they'd given up all season on one play on Andrews' run. Now an inside handoff, and that'll be the final play of the game. So
Tackle
Circle
made by Slaughter.
Circle had a little bit of life in the third quarter, scored a couple of times, but Buhler came right back. Punched it in the end zone twice in the fourth, once by Harmony, once by Skripczyk. And Buhler's defense forcing 3 interceptions and a fumble tonight. 4 turnovers in the game for Circle. And Buhler will win this one going away 55-14. Crusader football. Buhler will improve to 3-1 and 3-0 in the league. They'll be back home to host Wamego coming up next Friday night. Circle falls to 1-3 and 0-3 in the league, and they travel to Winfield in their next outing next week. Crusader football on HKFM, brought to you in part by Allen Samuels Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, by Wade Patton Insurance, Rod's Tire and Service, by Hutch Rec, and by Hutchinson Community College. Crusaders win it on homecoming tonight, and our Crusader Locker Room show begins next here on HKFM.
Coverage of Crusader football continues next with the Crusader Locker Room Show. On the way, Aaron and Chris recap tonight's game, and we'll hear the post-game thoughts of head coach Steve Warner. Your home for the Buhler Crusaders is 95.9 HKFM.
This is Annette with Annette KF Insurance. Inflation is hitting us hard, so it's a good time to review the cost and coverage of your auto and homeowners insurance. As an independent agent, I represent Goodville Mutual and several other fine companies. Stop by Annette Epp Insurance in Hutchinson at 2500 North Main, Suite E, or call 620-662-4900.
Hi, this is Jen Stallman with the Buhler Booster Club. The Booster Club supports all student activities and athletics at Buhler High School. Be sure to follow the Crusader Closet and Booster Club on Facebook for events and new Crusader apparel arrivals. We are excited to be able to accept credit card payments at our concession stands this year. Buhler Booster Club is grateful for the continued support from our generous donors.
Hi, it's Aaron West, voice of the Crusaders. At Astro Radio is a proud Buhler Booster Club member.
Erickson Custom Building has a great plan and a budget suited for your needs. Erickson Custom Building provides quality craftsmanship and superior customer service. Call 620-585-2816 or visit EricksonCustomBLDG.com.
Getting ready to mow? Hi, this is Janet Dick inviting you to stop by our locally owned Dick's Phillips 66. At Dick's, we offer the non-alcohol premium fuel your mowers and trimmers prefer, grab-and-go food options, and friendly service. Every journey begins with a stop at Dick's Phillips 66, 4th and Stevens in Hutch.
Manufacturing facilities, warehouses, oil, fuel and water storage, grain elevators, product makers, rooftops, HVAC containment, refineries, garages, and more rely on the quality and integrity of WIFCO products. Go to WIFCOSP.com for more. WIFCO Steel Products, the experts in steel fabrication.
When disaster strikes your home or business, call your hometown team. Call Phoenix Restoration, Reno County's only locally owned fire and water restoration company. Check us out at phoenixrestorationandroofing.com. We'll help you rise again after your disaster.
Crusader football on HKFM.
Last I saw was just that they...
Well, back here on our Crusader Locker Room show, Crusader football tonight brought to you in part by Scrap Management of Hutchinson, by Ray & Sons Roofing, Alpha Land Surveys, by APAC Shears, and by the Medicine Shop. Buhler wins it big, 55-14 on homecoming night. Fellas, first thoughts, obviously a dominant first half. A little bit of a wrinkle there in the third quarter, but I love the way the team responded. Offense punched it back in the end zone 2 more times, and then just relentless pressure on Circle's quarterback tonight.
Yeah, Stobart, like we said, had only thrown 1 interception through his first 3 games, and tonight the Buhler defense picks him off not once, not twice, but 3 times. And and it was set up because you mentioned it, Aaron, he was running for his life with Buhler D linemen just pressuring him throughout the night, down after down after down.
Defense so good as always, forcing the 4 turnovers. And Buhler really running at will in the first half. You talked about Circle kind of made some adjustments come out in the second half, kind of shut down some of those interior holes that were there, but then nice adjustments by the coaches. Right back to success in the ground game in the fourth quarter.
Well, and kind of the neat thing, too, Ben Klaus, I don't believe, had a carry in the second half. So kind of in that third quarter and fourth quarter with some of the younger backs and backs that don't touch it as often. So it was good as the game went on to see them get better, because sometimes with younger players, the game gets late and they have trouble initially. It was good to see them bounce back and punch it in a couple times.
Yeah, a little game within the game. You dominate a game. Circle comes out with a little fire in the second half. And how do you respond to that? Buhler answered right back. And you mentioned the 2 late touchdowns. A fairly clean game tonight. I was pleased to see that as well. We were concerned that there's been some history between these two teams and some things that have happened. And both coaches really worked hard to make sure that didn't happen during the week, and I appreciated a clean game.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I mean, not a single personal foul for taunting, talking whatsoever tonight. And really for Buhler, just penalties in general. I know we had the one penalty on the ball that was kicked out of bounds, and we had the one encroachment on the 2-point try. But
roughing the kicker.
Yes. I mean, but a fairly – and you know how some nights the penalties hurt you more, like we talked about at Great Bend. The offense really got hurt by some of those tonight. The few penalties that we had really didn't affect the game.
Yep.
Special opportunities for some of our kids tonight. Pretty neat for Brendan and Dylan to be in there together. And Dylan got the ball for most of the second half. And then Asher Zachary won't forget his first INT. That was pretty sweet.
Yeah, did a good job just kind of batting it up in the air to himself long enough to be able to reel it in. Really, really cool moment for AZ.
And then Max Harmony comes in, and the play he scored the touchdown on, right? The big play up the middle, or maybe you could drive a Mack truck through that whole of the offensive line set. But pretty fun for some of those guys who don't get a ton of playing time at the varsity level to come in and be able to have some success.
Well, the JV and the freshmen are having a really good year, and so they're having success on those Monday nights. But it's always fun because obviously, as a parent, there's a few more people in the stands on a Friday night than a Monday night, and so just neat. And, late in the game, Tucker Schlatter had a big tackle,
hit, yeah.
And so just fun to call and talk about lots of different kids this evening.
Absolutely.
So many guys made plays on that defensive line. Hard not to kind of solo in on Will Hannon, the game he had. He forced the fumble early in the game that was recovered by Jared Miller. Then he had a pick. Was just all over the field. Obviously, those linebackers, your job changes a little bit when you've got a spread team that's going empty backfield so much, and you kind of have to play defensive back. And great job by him. Great job by everybody tonight on that defense, and kind of puts behind him some of what happened last week, hopefully.
Yeah, the best way to forget about a loss, come out the next week on all cylinders and
punch someone in the mouth.
Yes, yes, take it to somebody else.
Yeah, this defense certainly ranks right up there. Big difference this year from years past. Well, I don't have any wood to knock on, but it seems like the last 2 or 3 years we have struggled through so many injuries on the offensive line and just piecing and parting things together with so many guys not healthy. Bodie Redenbaugh is one that comes to my mind that has really struggled to stay healthy, and boy, that's been a neat part of this to see them come together. I think that line is playing really well. That might be the best line we've had in a while.
Yeah, they're big and strong, and you could see that definitely in the first half as they were just opening huge holes. Really easy for Ben to run through. I mean, I say easy. It's easy for us to say it's easy, right? We're not getting hit. But those guys, and you knew with a couple of young guys up front, they were going to take some time to gel, but that process is certainly moving in the right direction.
Yeah, you think about we have 2 sophomores starting up on the offensive line, and really, and just from the get-go tonight to be able to take it to them, and the way we set the tone tonight, if Buhler can do that night in and night out, you're going to win a lot of football games.
For sure.
I'm sure we could give you the opportunity to recreate that down there if you'd like to try your hand at running the football.
I want no part of that, my friend.
All right, we'll get to Coach Warner on for his post-game thoughts. Coach, congratulations on the win. great play by your team tonight. I don't know that you could have dominated half of football more than you dominated there in the first half.
That first half was fun. That was a lot of fun. Everything we did just clicked, offensively, defensively, special teams. Very, very nice.
Absolutely dominant running the football, and you kind of alluded to at halftime. That's a little more old school Buhler football, what we saw there. Just Ben and Nick and those guys led by a great job by your offensive line up front. Just chunks of yards, power football, and that was fun to watch.
It's fun to watch. Our line is definitely coming together, and it's been a work in progress, but they're figuring it out. It's definitely fun.
We talked about the progression of Brendan Skripczyk in the passing game. That was a pretty ball that he threw to Mitchell in the end zone there in the first half.
It was perfect, and that's the stuff that we like to do, and that's our fake comeback. But I thought he threw the ball well. He had good composure and ran the ball well when he had to, ran the option well. So very pleased with the way he played.
Their defense made a little bit of adjustment there in the third quarter to shut down your run, but then I thought you guys did a good job of coming back in the fourth and answering back, and you were able to move the ball again.
I think just the lack of intensity. You're up, and we're going to go. Basically, we told them we're going to go score another touchdown. Then we're going to put the JV in because we have running clock. And I think that you lose that boom, boom, boom that you had the first half, and I hate that, but it happened.
Yeah, absolutely. But you guys responded back well, got a couple of touchdowns late in the game. Your defense forces 4 turnovers tonight, Coach. You got to think that any night when you're +4 in that category, you got a pretty good shot at winning the football game.
Well, yeah, you have +4 turnover, and I think we probably had over 300 yards rushing. You do that, and you're going to win a football game.
Yeah, Ben Klaus on your first 2 drives was over 100 yards, so just
very nice.
Fantastic tonight. But you pulled him out, Coach. He was 7 yards shy of his career best. So.
Oh, shoot. I don't tell him that because I pulled him out because he's nursing an injury on his leg, and he kind of dinged it in the second quarter. Right, well, the start of the second quarter is when he was telling me about it. So I didn't know whether to pull him then or not. And so when we got the lead and we felt good, we definitely took him out.
I have a feeling he'll have some more opportunities to go get that. So he'll be okay.
In the next 2 years, I think yeah. You're right.
Absolutely. And 429, is that 429, I think, the total rushing yards we have for you guys tonight. So that's a video game number, Coach.
We haven't done that in a long time. We haven't done that in a long time. That's a great feeling.
Boy, fun play, too. Talk about some of the great plays that were made tonight. That pick by Asher Zachary there in the fourth quarter, that was fantastic.
Very nice. It would be nice if he could have scored, but that was great. He broke on the ball very well. Jared had another great interception, I thought, in the end zone.
Yeah, absolutely. One of 3 picks tonight, and then the fumble recovery by Jared. And it's got to be feel good for your kids to kind of put last week behind you. Full speed ahead, and boy, you're going to have another good team coming in here next Friday. So look forward to Wamego.
Wamego's going to be ready.
Yeah. It'll be a good game.
I'm looking forward to that game. Years ago, I played them 13 years in a row. That was at Marysville, so I'm ready to play Wamego again and get some more W's against them. Yeah,
the Marysville beat them last week, Coach. So
they did.
Yeah, it's a familiar territory for you, although you and I were talking at our coaches show Monday night that, you've been here for 19 years, so that's been a day or two ago.
It's been 21 years since I left Marysville, so I don't know if I know these kids.
All right, Coach. Well, we appreciate your time as always. Congrats on the win, and we'll talk to you Monday night.
Thank you.
All right, that's Coach Steve Warner. A lot changes when you're gone from a place in 21 years, doesn't it? Yeah.
20 years in a blink of an eye.
Absolutely. 19 here, really, really happy with his kids, and boy, hard to – we just talked about all the different groups that played well. Hard to single out one over the other. But I'll finish by saying this. I thought, at the beginning of the game would be won in the trenches tonight, and I thought our line on both sides dominated.
Yeah, the line did a fantastic – one of the keys tonight, we set a big rushing night, and Buhler not only outgains our best rushing night of the year, but does it by over 100 yards and won the turnover battle big and – avoided any personal fouls. So, it was I think about the only, thing they're probably maybe a little bit disappointed in that third quarter. But the neat thing is they did such a good job of working so many kids in, and lots of kids that have done a lot of work got an opportunity to play tonight in front of the big crowd.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, good stuff, fellas. We'll come back. We'll name our player of the game, and Andrew will have our final stats as our Crusader Locker Room show continues. We're back after this on HKFM.
Coming up, more of the Crusader Locker Room show is next. Stay tuned as we name tonight's play and player of the game. The Buhler Crusaders play on 95.9 HKFM.
At People's Bank and Trust, we value our customers. We know you have plenty of choices for your mortgage loans, but we think we have what you're looking for: relationship banking. And if you're considering refinancing or purchasing a new home, check our competitive rates before you make that change. Your payments will be made at home, and you'll receive good personalized service. That's how we've established many long-lasting relationships. Make a change, know your lender, and make your payments at home with People's Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Do you own a business? Would you like to bank with a fellow locally owned business? Hi, this is Lucas Sawyer, Executive Vice President with the Prairie Bank of Kansas. At Prairie Bank, we love working with our locally owned businesses. We understand the challenges businesses face because we're local just like you. Stop by and see us at our Stafford, Buhler, Inman, or Hutchinson branches today, or check out prairiebankks.com. Member FDIC, Prairie Bank of Kansas, how banking should be.
I'm Jared. Since 1948, we at Krupp Lumber in Heston have been helping customers all over the state choose the perfect lumber, right tools for the job, and provide quality products to make their homes stand the test of time. Krupp Lumber has all the best brands like Milwaukee Tools and outdoor power equipment, Marvin and Anderson windows, and R.D. Henry cabinets. Ask about our in-state delivery. Check us out at krupplumber.com. Krupp Lumber. Service is our specialty.
This is Darren Eddy with Ag 360 Insurance in Inman. For years, we've been known for our great service with our ag customers. But did you know we can handle your family or small business insurance needs as well? We would love an opportunity to sit down and visit with you about what we can do for you. As an independent agency, we can shop different coverage options for you. Stop by our office on Old K61 in Inman or give Cody Moores or myself a call today at 620-585-2128 or check us out online at ag360insurance.com.
Crusader football on HKFM.
All right, back here on our Crusader Locker Room show as we wrap things up. We'll get final stats coming up. Let's name our Wifco Steel Products Man of Steel tonight. Wifco Steel Products, the expert in steel fabrication. Don't have the final totals on Ben Klaus yet. I can tell you he was 17 for 209 in the first half. Did not play. Well, I guess that would have been his game then. He did not play in the second half. And so 209 tonight for Benjamin. Just love to watch him run the way that he's able to run bigger than he is. He gets his pad level down so low and runs much more physical than his actual size.
Well, a neat thing about Ben Klaus, I know I'm delving back into his grade school days, but my wife taught him at Union Valley. And sometimes football kids aren't the best in music class, but my wife has always said Ben Klaus was such a nice kid. He was always respectful, and she's just, I can tell you some of his old grade school teachers just, think the world of him, and just a neat kid that, has a good attitude and just can't say enough good things about the good things happening to him.
I wouldn't advise him to give up football for music at this point, though.
No.
No, I think Circle would be thrilled if you would, though.
Well, and man, any night where you can rush over 400 yards, that's just crazy. What a number. That means, time of possession should be very one-sided, and you keep the other team's offense off the field. I think if they can do that against Wamego next week, Wamego's still good. Maybe not as good as they have been the last couple of years. Mentioned that loss to Marysville last week, a 3A team, good 3A team, but that'll be a tough test next week.
Yeah, Wamego, they're coming off of some really, really good years. We did not see them in the playoffs, but they've had deep runs the last couple of years. So, they're a program that's used to winning. It'll be unique because I believe it's the first time that Wamego has ever played Buhler, and I think it's the first time they've ever traveled to Buhler. So that'll be fun playing a different team. Somebody that we haven't traditionally seen, and But Coach Warner's seen him. Like you said, he's spent many years up at Marysville, up in the old NCKL.
Yeah, 20-some years ago. That'll be a big one. And then, of course, we go back on the road for 2. Be a key trip to Winfield. Winfield takes McPherson all the way down to the wire. Big comeback in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
And McPherson stops them at the goal line.
Yep, 4th and goal from the 1.
Wow.
Mack holds on to win in overtime 29-23. So, but Winfield was down 23-7 at one point, and Winfield storms all the way back to tie the game up to send it to overtime. So, Buhler's never lost to Winfield, but this Winfield team, we were talking about it. Tonight was really going to show, is Winfield for real? And even though they lost tonight, they're still 3-1.
You'd have to say they're at least a competitor, right?
Yep.
A much better, much higher level competitor.
Yeah, that'll come after a trip to El Dorado. El Dorado's really down, really struggling. October the 11th, then we go to Winfield, and we finish up with Max. So those will be 2 key games, our final 2 in the league to end the regular season, October 18th and 25th. All right, we'll come back. Final stats and final scores. We'll wrap up our broadcast right after this. Buhler wins it big tonight, 55-14 on homecoming night. Crusader football from the Allen Samuels broadcast booth on HKFM.
1 in 8 children live in households with at least one parent who has a substance use disorder. 1 in 10 children live in a household with at least one parent who has an alcohol use disorder. Rise Up Reno Prevention Network has programs in place to help kids build resilience. You can help too. Become a mentor in our Reno County schools, join our Rise Up Reno Coalition, or become a volunteer. Our kids are the most valuable asset we have. You can make a difference. Visit riseupreno.org to find out more. Rise Up Reno.
Hi, this is James with IdeaTech. We love bringing internet freedom to the residents and businesses of Buhler. IdeaTech is a proud supporter and the preferred internet provider of the Buhler Crusaders. As the Crusaders know, speed wins. We back up our lightning-fast internet with a customer-first philosophy. That means you will talk to a live person from our office in Buhler when you call in. If you're not already a customer, go to ideatech.com and click on Check Availability. Or you can call us at 620-543-5000 to inquire more about our services.
95.9 HKFM. Your home for the Buhler Crusaders is 95.9 HKFM. Stream Crusader football on your phone or tablet with the Ad Astra radio app. 95.9 HKFM. The Buhler Crusaders play here.
Are you done with punching the clock or constant work travel? Do you have 15 or more acres? Find freedom by joining America's #1 free-range egg brand, Happy Egg. Happy Egg is looking for growers to raise happy hens. Happy Egg offers startup and new flock cost support and yield-based compensation. Work from home. Work for yourself. Feed America. Visit happyeggfarms.com today for more information. Happy Egg is a proud supporter of Reno County Athletics.
The Bradbury Company, headquartered in Mound Ridge, is a family-owned custom equipment builder, now hiring qualified candidates for manufacturing roles. Apply online at bradburygroup.com/careers. The Bradbury Company, we build machines, we sell solutions.
If you're looking for a late starting college class, Hutchinson Community College may have what you need. It's not too late to get enrolled. We have classes starting throughout the semester. Call 620-665-3535 or email myfuture@hutchcc.edu today.
Crusader football on HKFM.
And back one final time on our Crusader Locker Room show. Crusader football on HKFM, brought to you in part by the Bakery House by Blueston Pace. Service Plus Electrical by Glenn's Bulk Food and Gospel Bookstore, and by Prairie Star Health Center. 55-14 the final. Andrew up. Let's take a look at some final stats.
Yeah, 55-14 is your final. All 14 of Circle's points coming in the second half. This is a little bit tale of two halves for yardage-wise. The Crusaders still outgained the Thunderbirds 496 to 371. But Circle got 349 of their 371 in the second half. Only 22 yards total in the first half for Circle. First downs, Buhler 19, the Thunderbirds 11. Third downs, both teams struggled. Buhler just 2 for 8. and Circle 2 for 12. Neither team converted on any of their 3 fourth-down conversion attempts. And penalties, Buhler 3 for 34, Circle 2 for 10. 0 turnovers for Buhler on the game. Circle had 4, 1 fumble, and 3 interceptions. For rushing yards, Circle actually finished with 194 on 20 carries after having negative 13 in the first half. So Mason Stobert, the quarterback, 4 for negative 37. Weston Rose, 8 for 66. Justin Andrews, number 2, had 5 for 78. And number 6, Christian Andrews, 3 for 50. For Buhler, Ben Klaus, all in the first half, as we mentioned before, 17 for 209 with 4 touchdowns. Guess who the second leading rusher was for the Crusaders today?
Max Harmony.
It was Max Harmony, just by a little bit, though. Max Harmony, 4 rushes for 82 yards. That's a pretty decent average there, over 20 yards per carry. He had a touchdown. Dylan Skripsik got the bulk of the carries in the second half. 14 rushes for 72 yards and a touchdown for Dylan as well, and got a little bit of an opportunity to play with his brother. So the Crusaders, 43 carries for 429. That's just under 10 yards per carry. And then passing, Mason Stobert for the Thunderbirds finished 18 for 34, 177 through the air, 2 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Dominique Sawyer, 3 catches for 54 yards and a touchdown. Paxton Hall for Circle, 4 catches, 38 yards and a touchdown. For the Crusaders, all of the passing was in the first half. No attempts even in the second half. 5 for 9 was Brennan Skripsik, 67 yards, and that beautiful 23-yard touchdown pass to Mitchell McDaniel. Defensively, a lot of the same guys we mentioned in the first half. Cash Carson had those 3 tackles. He had a sack, 3 quarterback hurries. Will Haanen, 5 tackles, a tackle for a loss, 1 forced fumble, and 1 interception. Jackson Pratt ended up with 7 tackles, 3 for a loss, 1 sack. And Jacob Miller, 4 tackles for a loss. And he did actually have an onside kick recovery as well. And then Jared Miller, 3 tackles for a loss, or 3 tackles, and then he had a fumble recovery, 2 pass breakups, and that big interception. A lot of guys defensively for the Crusaders got a lot of action. We had mentioned a couple names. Tucker Schlatter, I think, got in there. Let's see, who else do I have here? Dylan Skripsik got some big minutes, including I think Dylan was the one that ran down that almost touchdown on a 50-yard run or something like that. Jackson Pratt got a lot of big minutes in the first half and a little bit in the second half. Cody Jones got in there on a tackle. Tucker Schlatter, Carter Jones had some pretty big defensive plays too. Max Harmony came through in the second half defensively a lot as well. So a lot of big minutes for the younger guys in the second half. We didn't have a ton of success in that third quarter, but the fourth quarter made some big plays.
At 429 rushing, that's a big number. I thought, wonder where that's at all time. Well, look at some of the numbers. Record is 590 set in 2009. That's a lot of yards.
Who was the starting tailback then?
In 2009? If you give me a minute, I can probably tell you. That would have been Jordan Oden.
Oh, yeah.
Jordan was, man, he was good. Good. All right, buddy, thanks. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next Friday back here at home.
Absolutely.
Final stats tonight. We'll run through really quickly some final scores in our Buhler Dental Care scoreboard before we get off the air. And look forward to being back here next Friday. Rose Hill beat El Dorado tonight, 30-12. Overtime, Mac wins over Winfield at home, 29-23. First Vikings loss of the season. Wamego wins it tonight after losing last week. They come back and beat Topeka Hayden tonight. 31-28 is the final there. So Red Raiders here next week. Elsewhere, Scott City beat Ulysses 57-8. Hayes over Garden City 41-8. Inman beat Remington. Final there tonight 30-26. Clay Center with a win over Chapman 42-26. Hillsboro blanked Halstead 27-0. Mound Ridge 76. Harrington 6. Yikes. Andover beat Arc City 35-7. Derby over Mays 59-7 was the final there. Hutch Trinity wins 30-28 over South Sumner. Rock Creek beats Abilene 42-6. It was Eudora over Ottawa 24-21. Manhattan High with a win. They blanked Junction City, their rivals tonight, 52-0. Those are some scores we have from around the state. We'll give you just a couple more here from the Ad Astra Sports Network, and then we'll sign off for this Friday. Looking forward to next week. Of course, this weekend, Frolic tomorrow. And then our marching band tomorrow afternoon goes to the Air Capital Invitational in Valley Center. Wichita Trinity beat Smoky Valley in a shootout tonight, 55-44. Iola over Anderson County, 25-18. Maxville beat Stafford in a tight one, 26-14 was the final there. Sterling comes back to beat Ellenwood, 42-35. 55-14, our final here. Thanks so much to all of you for tuning in. Congratulations to our homecoming king and queen, Kai Mendenhall and Charlie Baxter. Pretty cool ceremony at halftime. We'll see you Friday night here from Crusader Stadium, Buhler and Wamego, 7 o'clock, 6:30 pregame. And don't forget to join us Monday night, 6:30 for our Crusader Coaches Show. We'll be live with Coach Steve Warner at Taco John's beginning at 6:30 here on HKFM. For our entire crew, Aaron West, have a pleasant good evening. You've been listening to Crusader Football here on HKFM.
Allen Samuels Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram on the giant corner of 30th and Lorraine in Hutchinson, Kansas. We take pride in supporting our community and our student athletes. Hi, I'm the General Manager, Don Glaspie. We want to wish our area teams a fun and memorable season. A great person once said, victory is in the quality of competition and not the final score. Visit online AllenSamuelsHutch.com and follow us on Facebook for weekly giveaways and special events. And as Mr. Samuels always says,
come by, let's be friends.
You've been listening to coverage of Crusader football. The Buhler Crusaders play on 95.9 HKFM. Join Aaron West and head coach Steve Warner Monday nights at 6:30 for the Crusader Coaches Show, live from Taco John's in Hutchinson. This has been a presentation of the Ad Astra Sports Network, the statewide leader in local sports coverage. 95.9 HKFM.